see if anything good happens.
Oh no, that was a load bearing button.
Go, daylight savings time.
The entire internet has collapsed.
So I actually got a text from, I got a political text yesterday. No, it was Friday. Asking from a senator saying, I'm thinking about, not a senator, House of Rep, was like, I'm thinking about putting forth a bill to stop daylight saving times. Do you think this is a good idea? Text yes or no. And I'm thinking,
Oh, please tell me you didn't respond.
No, I just deleted the text.
Block that number.
All my political texts right now are from Joe Biden saying, hey, we're going to get coffee.
See, the thing is, like, if you reply and say yes or no, now you're on a list and you're going to get a billion political messages.
I already get that. I get like Ted Cruz is like, hey, this is Ted Cruz. Are you gonna support? No, fuck off, Ted Cruz. Sorry.
Hi, Richard. It's Jill Biden. And boy, do I have something to perk you up. For a limited time, we're offering one lucky supporter and a guest of your choice an all-expenses paid trip to grab coffee with Joe and Kamala. Thanks. And it's from her because she has like a picture of her in the text. As you do.
Really? Yes.
Send a picture of yourself and a text from yourself. Like you.
Are there any emoticons?
Yes, lots. There's like a little speakerphone, so you know it's official. Yeah, there's a little cup of coffee. Sorry, First Lady of the United States, who has nothing more important to do than text me. I don't like coffee.
Now, imagine if this message was actually sent by this person that it claims to be, and that person received like 200 million replies that all just say "stop" in capital letters.
Imagine it's actually from her, and she only sent it to me because she likes me, and now she's just sitting there sad because I never responded.
Wait, so they're advertising one lucky winner to one person?
I'm the lucky winner, apparently.
Congratulations, you are the one lucky winner.
But maybe she really wants to have a cup of coffee with me, and she has to phrase it like that for tax reasons or something.
If she's willing to spend like $1,000 to fly you out there, have a cup of coffee, put you up in a hotel room, and fly you home, that's a.
Sorry, no, I would still turn that. That's a lot of hassle for.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wait at the airport for like 2 hours.
I just.
Hope there's no delays.
I don't.
At that point, they need to bring the coffee to you.
Yeah, like. You know what? I'll agree. If Jill and Joe and Kamala want to come over to the house and hang out for an hour.
They have functionally infinite money, whereas we don't have infinite money.
Having looked into the process of a president and the logistics of a president traveling anywhere, I can safely say that holy shit, there's no way that they're not coming to you. You're going to them.
I was working behind the scenes at an event with my wife was doing 2 weekends ago where Joe Biden was actually here, and yes, all the local politicians are annoyed because they wanted to get pictures with each other, and they took their phones away when they were in line to get pictures with the First Lady.
Yep.
It do be like that.
Also got to hear the secret. Are we on there?
Oh yeah, we're live.
Okay, then I won't. That veers into politics.
Yeah.
Everybody is a little quiet and a little echoey.
All six of us.
We'll just turn the quiet knob down and the echo knob down, and then we're good.
I'm gonna turn both knobs up a little bit.
Oh, now we're just more quiet and more echoey.
But yeah, everybody's echoing. It's not just me. It's not just.
Okay. Shouldn't be playing anything through the TV.
But it might be? Question mark.
You sound great, Brickroad.
Good. So if everybody's echoing, then what it must be is that it's picking up out of my headset.
Can it do that? Is it smart
It's not.
enough?
It's not like a real pronounced echo. It's just, yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
I know I've had OBS like have 2 inputs detected or something.
I need to figure out how to set up OBS so I can use my iPad.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, I've never played with it though.
I don't know if on an iPad it'd be much different.
Yeah, no, it's like Crisis Core. I was like, I watched the cutscenes for a little. You know, I don't care about the story. I just like watching my numbers go up. So
Yeah, microphone's
Yeah,
picking up my headset, and I'm not sure why.
So I'm just skipping cutscenes and stabbing missions.
The story is a throwaway. Like, how many times
The
have
end
you
is
heard?
the end is decent.
So like, yeah, the main plot of the story is, I really just wish it had just focused on like his relationship with the other characters. Like the relationship parts of that game are really neat. Like the stuff, his relationship with Sisney and Aerith, and even Yuffie is goofy.
Yeah, Yuffie is kind of silly,
Yuffie
but
wouldn't-
also really amusing.
But how old is Yuffie in this game? I don't
She's
remember
like
Crisis
8,
Core at all.
7,
Apparently.
10, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's 16 and 7, so that would
Yeah,
be
I know.
She's 9
that's-
years old. Yeah, she's like
Okay.
9 years old.
God, I played most of Crisis Core, and I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
long
it's
is the
in the
side
side. Yuffie's in the side. It's pretty much all in the side quests because she's spamming
Okay.
you text messages and stuff and sending and
My-
dragging you all over the side missions.
Her messages literally go to your spam.
spam folder. That is the
Yeah.
best.
Okay, does
Like,
this
you know,
sound any different, Treble?
Give me 1 second to unmute this tab.
Yeah.
We're talking. We're
Yeah.
talking.
So yeah, it's like
Talking,
it's a
making noise.
We have to stop talking about Final Fantasy now. I need to troubleshoot my microphone.
Yeah,
that's
well-
what we're talking.
So
Yes,
yeah,
I hear something.
yeah. Trouble has to hear something.
That sounds good.
that's better. Okay.
Yeah, it's not doing the echoing thing. It's still a little quiet, but like, yeah, we've never been able to get that quite resolved recently.
Quiet. The problem is I was streaming video games this week.
Yeah. You're like I said, you sound fine. Don't mess with your audio.
So you guys need to be turned up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just a little bit across the board.
Okay. Okay.
The volume was actually good until you fixed it, and then it went a little quiet. So, but yeah. I mean, it's just,
Okay.
yeah, it sounds good.
Good.
Awesome.
Do you want us to talk more for audio check?
I want none of you to talk all day. I want to
Okay,
just
then.
have
Be
a
very
nice,
boring
Bye.
game.
a nice, peaceful day. No, you have to stay here. You can't leave. You just have to be quiet.
Oh man, we can't
We-
talk and we're tired.
Wait. So we roll dice and then we just like type stuff.
No,
on
don't roll
keyboard?
dice. That'll make sound. That'll make noise. Just sit quietly and chill.
We're not kindergartners. Actually, can we be a kindergartners? Kindergartners get naps.
Get snacks too and recess.
Give me some fucking apple juice and some graham crackers, and let me roll up on one of those little Kinder mats.
Oh, one of those little carpet squares.
I want to go down the slide.
Wow, Triple got real excited real quick for apple juice and graham crackers.
I mean,
Listen,
we're just-
I fully believe we need to start practicing the siesta here in America.
I am 38 years old, and I still regularly eat that as a snack.
Graham crackers and apple juice.
I will get 3 graham crackers and a glass and a half a glass of apple juice, and just it's good.
No, I understand.
AJ.
I understand enjoying the snack. What charmed me was how excited you got about it. Like I pictured you bouncing in your chair a little bit.
Oh, you can hear that. Good, that part's working.
Listen, do not harsh my vibe. I don't know why you got to be such a Debbie Downer.
Wait, hold on. Let me
No.
see. I don't know if my
No,
chair's-
I'm digging the vibe, Treble. I really am.
No, it's not.
This is
I think my
called.
chair's
This is this is what we in the business call daylight savings core.
Daylight savings percent.
You know,
No, just daylight
it's
savings
as
core.
hard as it is on us. Like, we all have to take a moment to like pour one out for poor Destil, who has to rearrange his entire life for the rest of the for the rest of the United States.
But we outnumber him, so our struggles are greater.
Apparently, I got to be at work at 9 one day this week. That's stupid.
That's kind of dumb.
That's not even a real time, is it?
Nah, anything before 10 o'clock doesn't exist.
9? What's that?
Dude, I'm up. I'm at work at 5 o'clock every day.
The only thing I know with 9 is like the levels in hell.
Is it the same thing?
That's why it's 9 a.m.
No, that makes sense.
You go to sleep in limbo and you wake up in the ninth circle.
All right. Where did we leave?
Kept me my DM last night kept me up until Avernus o'clock.
All right, so let's talk about. Here's the problem. I asked Raz a question about the Thither Boots, and he wrote me a novel.
I did not write a novel. I wrote 4 pages. No.
Jesus Christ. I have it here. It's like 7 paragraphs.
So, I can explain the gist of it. So the intent is that you activate this item crash, and at the start of every turn, you roll out a wild magic surge that you get to control the effects for. So you get to see what the number values are. You can target it however you want to. The intent is that you have control over wild magic while a stream of shit is being fed at you because you're still rolling off a table with 50 entries, half of which are not going to be helpful. So, like, if we're fighting the big bad and I roll a creature's height increases by 2 inches, the giant's not going to care. That's kind of a waste to affect that turn. But there's some really good things in there if you happen to land on them. So I'm trying to keep the spirit of the Thither Boots with the wild magic just being random, whereas having more control over the outcome.
It sounds like you're trying to remove the spirit of the Thither Boots by trying to control chaos.
Well, no, I wanted it to be wild magic related. Like, the other idea was just you teleport everywhere, but, like, that's boring. So...
While the effect is occurring, all movement is teleportation based. You instantly disappear and appear in the destination of your choosing.
So you don't provoke an opportunity attacks, or like are obstructed by like difficult terrain, etc. You still have to see where you're going.
You don't have to see where you're going without teleportation. That's an additional requirement.
Yeah.
All movement is teleportation based? So, like, if you sneeze, the sneeze teleports out of your body?
That would be awesome.
My hands don't teleport when I, like, wiggle my fingers. Like, let's not be ridiculous.
Okay, so wiggling your fingers is not movement, then.
Rick, I tried to keep this short for you. I could make it longer.
You tried to keep this short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bullet points.
The following things are not teleportation based, and I will write an exhausted list. Don't tempt me.
Taking a poop. Picking your nose. Taking a multivitamin.
So you're saying you would not like to teleport the poop out and the multivitamin in?
Not while I'm item crashing. I have other concerns.
Here's what I'm going to give you. Okay.
Nothing. You get nothing!
You get nothing.
Game over.
Your item
You're
just
trapped in a box. You're trapped in a box.
Item has crashed. Please report this crash.
Please reboot item.
They literally
Or
boots.
retry fail.
So-
Literally boots. How do I reboot them?
Once per long rest, you can use all of the functionality of the boots. How many charges of the boots do you have normally?
I normally get 1, but a person who had a dexterity score would get their dexterity modifier.
Make sure that I'm... Once per long rests, you can use all the charges of the boots. For the next 1 minute, All movement is teleportation based. You instantly disappear and reappear the destination, well, in the space of your choosing that you can see. I don't see any reason for this to use your movement speed. You're teleporting, so you retain your movement speed.
So do you just teleport as like a free action, or and then you could move, for example, or like I don't know what the range on the teleport would be.
Yeah, all movement is teleportation bases. Got to come out.
I was just trying to make that restricted by the movement speed of whoever wore it. You could just input like 60.
Yeah, what do I let you move
Normally
anyway?
it's 60.
Is that what the... Yeah, 6. Let's just leave it 60.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That just felt really far.
If you have 30 or more aptitude with the boots... You may expend all remaining charges. How did I word this on the other items, actually? I like to try to keep the wording consistent.
Yeah, precedent. I try and do that with all my announcements in class, too.
Yeah, here we go. I got the wording here from the cloak.
Just copy and paste it.
You wouldn't have to do this as an action. No, that would be dumb.
Bonus action or free? Probably.
Why don't you just let them spend movement to teleport twice as far? Once per turn.
Because I'm trying to think of something that's... I'm trying to think of a way to allow it to teleport and then still have movement on the other side of the teleport, if that makes sense.
Right, but you could spend like 15 feet of movement, teleport 30 feet, and still have 15 feet of movement left, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's too much math.
Okay.
Let me Pythagorean theorem, Destil.
Well, I'm never going to observe the difficult terrain rules again, then.
Can I ask for a clarification? And this might actually apply to the boots in their current state.
Okay.
So on several occasions, I've tried to teleport somewhere, and you've told me that that's not a space. And I'm not sure...
A space is a solid 5x5 square on solid ground.
So you have to be on solid ground.
Yes.
Can I remove that stipulation for this ability?
No.
So, like, if the intent was I am doing a running jump over a pit to gain distance, and then I teleport the remainder of the way, I couldn't do that because I'm not standing on solid space when I start.
Correct.
Okay.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Kind of strange to me, but
That's a consistent way that teleporting always works. Like, there's no...
No,
I'm not aware of
it was
any
precedent,
teleportation
yeah.
ability in 5e that lets you teleport into or out of thin air.
They let you teleport in and out of water, I think, because it's just, I think the wording is usually that supports your weight.
Yeah,
I
typically.
think I've done it in water, and there wasn't a comment, but I may have just not thought about it.
Well, because you can think of water as like a 5x5x5 cube that you're in, whereas air doesn't. You're not in. I mean, you're in the air, but you're falling.
Okay. If
You're
I
not-
was under the effects of the fly spell, would that qualify?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to type your rule that you asked me about previously. You're asking me about a new rule while I'm doing this. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you've got to be on a space and go to a space. That seems consistent. There's like 40 different ways to teleport in D&D. I'm pretty sure all of them require from a space to a space. If you can fly, why are you teleporting anyway? Just fly.
I don't know. Maybe there's glass.
All right. If you have 30 or more aptitude with the boots, you may expend all remaining charges to gain teleportitis for 1 minute. Once per turn, you may teleport to a space you can see within 60 feet. When you do this, you may elect to roll on the wild magic table as usual.
So
you-
May
May.
is important there. Okay. Now I would still gain the effect of all the previous effects they have on the boots. So like I could roll twice.
Yes, you keep your
Okay.
10 AP. The boots lose their passive properties once. Here, let me word this differently.
Yeah. When does the passives drop?
Within 60 feet.
Is it when you crash or when they go inert after the crash?
I'm going to say when teleportitis wears off, the passives go inert.
Okay. For the purposes of that D4 extra damage when I move all of my movement, does teleporting count as moving all my movement?
No. I'm going to say teleporting counts as using none of your movement.
So I'll just run 30 feet in a different direction and then teleport. Got it.
Within 60 feet, the boots lose their passive properties once teleportitis wears out.
Teleportitis.
My only regret is I had teleportitis.
Brett couldn't resist the NetHack
Yeah.
reference.
Tell me you guys don't play NetHack without telling me you don't play NetHack.
I feel like that was an actual magic disease in 2e as well.
Teleportitis?
Like, I feel like if I go and pull up my 2e...
You know what? Yeah.
If I go and pull up my old 2e Wizard's Guide, it's going to have the magical disease listed, and teleportitis will be in there.
I'm sorry that when I think of something itis, I go to Futurama.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this for nothing. Don't eat a leprechaun. All right. If you have...
Did you get lucky?
No, you get teleportitis. Y'all need to play NetHack. I don't know what to tell you. I've been trying to get...
It's so intimidating.
It is extremely.
I've sat down to like look at it and research it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can. I'm 40.
If you have 30 or more aptitude with the boots, you may expend all remaining charges to gain teleportitis for 1 minute. Once per turn, you may teleport to a space you can see within 60 feet. When you do this, you may elect to roll on the wild magic table as usual. And then all of the 10 AP things would apply to it. So if you roll duplicates, roll again. After teleportitis wears off, so after the 1 minute or 10 combat rounds, the boots lose their passive properties until you complete a long rest.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, I got that down to one paragraph. So I can...
Yeah, you chopped out like half of what I did. So
Yeah, I chopped out all the stuff I wasn't going to give you anyway.
I had to big a pitch for it, right? I'll save it for Jenny. Maybe Jenny can do this. Then you have to think about it again.
Oh god.
You don't have to think about it. You just say.
All right, I'm gonna paste this into at higher aptitudes.
Sweet. I need to make a copy of this.
And then saving. And I'm gonna paste it into the Flumph party chat, so you can have it for your character sheet. All right, that only took 25 minutes.
Okay, I've got a 60 AP.
So the question for
It'll
60 AP, what would you expect to happen if you temporarily unleashed the artifact's Atma?
So how literal is the use of the word unleash here? Because I have two basic ideas.
Let's hear both ideas and we'll decide which
All
one
right,
we like
excellent.
better.
The most literal idea is I could very easily stat up Serenity and she could just show up.
Show up to do what?
Whatever the multiverse wills her to do is the problem. You don't know, and
Nobody knows.
like I could pretty easily put together an NPC stat block for Serenity. My other thought, if we're going to be less literal, is the Capes Wearer could gain 3 legendary blips. You may spend a legendary blip to either automatically succeed in a automatically remove an effect, take an action or bonus action outside of your turn. That's very in line with what the cloak already does.
I think if I was going to award legendary blips, first of all, you'd have to award 4 because you can't do anything with a single blip. Well, yeah, you could activate artifacts, I guess.
Yeah, or artifacts as well.
I think if I was going to introduce legendary blips as a mechanic, I would just allow them to do anything a blip can do.
Mm-hmm.
And not... I don't have the 30 AP on the cloak.
I was just using that as a name for, like, effectively legendary actions.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah,
like, effectively,
I-
just gain legendary, just basically gain the basic legendary action set and be able to spend those for legendary resistance as well, interchangeably.
So if
I had
we
Oh, go ahead.
have Atma as, like, you're unleashing it, and they show up as like a summon spell. Like, what would you expect Serenity to be able to do if you unleashed her during combat?
Fight really well with a big hammer. Probably solve environmental problems that are caused by interplanar or other unusual environments, and probably provide incredibly difficult to follow advice.
Very specific resume.
So here's the issue I think we run into. Is Serenity is a reasonable like NPC helper buddy to summon into a combat.
Yep.
Some of these other Atma are not.
Yep.
Yeah, no, Jenny, I literally was like, she'll summon fireworks and like streamers and everything.
Yeah,
and
like
everything,
I had postulated that like the 60 AP was basically like a JoJo stand, and then it's like, what do we do with Bugduck when he JoJo stands?
Well, it's just that some of the creatures in these Atma are going to be much more powerful than like an Earth
and that's why I
Genasi
came up with a
hammer.
less literal version.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about what Katniss would do.
Everybody, it's just like
Nerium.
an orgy just happens.
Alright, combat's over. Pair off and go to the dungeon.
Make love, not war. Anyway.
What if you get the overpowered NPC helper buddy shows up on the field, but they don't get like standard movement and actions. They get some number of legendary actions that the PCs can trigger. So PCs don't have legendary actions, so I'm going to explain what those are real quick. Some monsters have legendary actions. The way it works is a monster gets some amount of legendary actions. Then at the end of a player character's turn, the monster can jump in and act. So the way this would work is you'd have an NPC on the field. Serenity shows up. She's got 3 legendary actions. She has something that she can trigger for 1, something she can trigger for 2, something she can trigger for all 3. And then you can use them after any monster's turn. And then once they're gone, she vanishes back into the cloak.
That sounds good. I would also add like mover speed to each of them, just because if she doesn't have normal movement, or make normal movement. Yeah.
We'll start off with like if she spend 1 legendary action to attack with her hammer, or to move up to some amount of feet and then attack with his hammer. That way we wouldn't need a stat block. We would just need because these creatures wouldn't be targetable. They wouldn't actually be on the field for. I wouldn't try to integrate them into battle. They're not like that, but.
You don't really need to give it a speed. You can just say a creature you see.
For Serenity would need a speed, because Serenity couldn't teleport around. It would depend on what the Atma is.
Oh,
yeah, Serenity's speed was 40, if memory serves. It might have been 50, but I'm pretty sure it was 40.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, the caveat's going to be, because when I'm using legendary actions, I'm only looking at 1 turn at a time. One of you takes your turn, and then I'm allowed to have a monster act. Monsters take actions in blocks, typically. If there's 3 goblins on the field, all 3 goblins act at the same time. And often I will take all 3 turns simultaneously. So we're going to have to, if we have a situation like that, you're going to want to either wait till all 3 goblins are resolved, or specify like which one you want to interrupt so I can separate them out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Give me... If you're going to use this ability this week, let's just improvise it and see how it works.
Yeah, that's fine. I can write it up more formally for next week.
And then I can... Because I just opened my copy of the cloak in here, and I don't even have the 30 AP thing listed on it. I don't know where I wrote that.
Yeah,
I think it's probably in the old chat. I can grab it for you.
I know it exists somewhere because you've been using the abilities.
No, I haven't used the item crash at all.
This week I just had like the wild hair of, oh hey, this would be a neat thing for Serenity to do with 60 AP and just get legendary actions or something like that, and I think that's where it extrapolated.
So then when we get 60 on Mugduck, like you get the Galeb Dur in combat, and he's got his legendary actions. So you're kind of using them like summon spells in Final Fantasy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like that, and that's such an elegant combination of both of Destil's ideas.
Okay.
I mean, it really is.
Final Fantasy 12 summon. Yeah, It's great.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. You get a buddy and he follows you around, and then eventually he wrecks shit.
It's also how they work in Rebirth, come to think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
that's
you,
true.
Can you add like that when they leave they they do a big
Uber attack.
fuck all AOE?
What AOE would like Katniss do? Charm.
So, I think the cost of using that would be the same as using the item crash. You use up all of the functionality, and then after it's done,
Inert.
it goes inert until you complete a long rest. Or maybe multiple long rests.
Well,
Yeah, I think
so an interesting side effect of that is that, like, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on your 30 AP.
so.
Would you
There is
ever use your
precedent
30
for.
AP again?
There is some precedent for multiple long rest cooldown abilities. The genie warlock has a limited wish that has multiple long rests of cooldown.
Oh yeah, no, that's a thing that's been around for years. All right, so all the paperwork is done then, and we were in a dungeon at some point.
We were.
I think we're in a box in a dungeon.
So,
some of us
two
were
of us
bots.
were in a double dungeon.
It's like that's a double
Oh,
dungeon,
there we go.
exactly.
The dungeon within the dungeon. Darkness within darkness awaits you.
And if I recall correctly, Benny's locked in a 15 by 15 room with a screaming, like dissected head.
Yeah, I want to deal with that right off the bat.
I mean, he's screaming at you.
Yeah. Well, like, once we do our summary and whatever.
Go ahead and do the summary then.
Okay, I'm trapped in a room with a screaming thing.
I'm trapped in a room with not a screaming man.
Let's see.
Everyone else free.
We also met this lady, and she's going to give us some coral before we leave. We met the Snorks.
To meet Snorks.
They're not as cool as Smurfs, but you know there they are.
A lot of
And
angry crocodiles.
crocodile
Crocodile.
men.
Who are very we will not let you pass, etc. and so forth.
You shall not pass.
Strong Razu energy on the crocodiles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you decapitated the man, and then you
it's
decapitated
still-
his head.
But it's still speaking to me, right?
It's shrieking.
Okay. Well, I want to try and calm it down
How?
again.
It's a
Well, I'm going
half of a head. You chopped its ears
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, well, yeah. If it can keep screaming, it can stop screaming. And Benny's going to say to it, that didn't work. I'm going to try a backup plan, but it's going to take a long time. Can you speak to me your name? And he's going to fish through his bag for a writing implement and his cookbook, tear a page out of it, and get ready to write this guy's name down.
Okay.
This is my longest term plan.
What skill are you going to apply to try to calm this man down?
I mean, what's it called? Worked pretty well last time. Diplomacy, persuasion.
Okay, give me a persuasion check. Your DC is 20.
Okay, I can definitely do. 20.
Okay. So, after a moment, the half of a screaming head that's left stops shrieking long enough to explain that his name is Glugric.
So let me...
I don't understand what's happening. I just want it to be over.
Is that enough... For the purposes of a resurrection spell, is that enough to identify the creature?
Which resurrection spell?
If it's undead, it has to be true resurrection, and I'm about to sign off a lot of money. So, I know both need, like, a name and a piece of the creature, so I'm going to take part of the jaw that I cut off.
How are you going to cast a level 7 spell?
I'm not.
9.
A level 9 spell, I'm not. This is not something that's going to come up in the game, but this is something that Benny would do. Is he would offer to try and help this person, even though it might take him the rest of his life.
So, well, I mean, what are you going to do with the man's head? I guess is the question.
He is going to. So Benny cut this guy's jaw off functionally, is what I think. He's going to take a piece of that broken jaw, put it in a. He's going to pull a black bandana from his right pocket, put a piece of that jaw in there, take this page that he's written the guy's name on, and put them together and tie it up like a bindle, and just keep this with him, with the intent that if he can fulfill this promise to this person someday, he will do so.
So, in the meantime, though, you're leaving the
He can make no other promise in good faith.
the still conscious head here.
It's better than what he started with, the conscious head. Actually, debatable.
A minute ago, he had a body at least.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is the only thing that he can think to do to fix the situation,
Okay.
and he's doing it in good faith.
Okay.
I realize that writing in the dark is difficult, so Benny's also going to channel divinity to make his sword light up so he can write this down.
And then being introduced to light for the first time in probably a century, he just starts shrieking again as his eyes get blown out of his head. And
Well, okay. Well, at least I have all these things that I want. So let me see here.
what if you go through all the trouble of resurrecting this guy, then he's like a jerk?
What if he becomes the next supervillain?
With a source of light, does the room look any different?
It is a 15 by 15 stone square room with no egress. Give me a perception check.
I'm just gonna reroll that. I'm gonna spend 2 blips.
Oh,
Yeah. I have a feeling this is important. 22.
here come the blips.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 blips on that. I rolled
You only had 3 blips.
I know. I'm aware.
Now you're down to blip.
I can still use my boots.
Our intent is to bail out as soon as we can resolve this problem.
Oh, I'm clicking the wrong way. Hold on. Very good.
Very low on the left-hand wall, you see a discoloration to the stone.
I knew it. That's why I bought this. Benny sees that. Where is the discoloration?
I say left-hand wall, the left side of the room.
Okay, so like right here.
Down from like the level of your knee down to the floor.
Benny sees this and remembers these discoloration spots right there. He thinks he's right here. Or here, one of these. And so what he's going to do, once he realizes where he is, he's going to take his mace, and he's going to start hammering on the north wall.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to mutter to himself as he does this. He says, Naz came after me. If he's in another room like this, he might be on the side of this wall. And he's going to hammer into... He takes his mace, he's going to hammer in Morse code their safe word.
There's no way the two of you know Morse code, or that Morse code is even a thing.
An equivalent of that, some way to communicate. Everybody has a safe word that's nonverbal, especially these two. He's going to hammer that into the wall.
No, wait. We have to explore this. You're telling me...
We can.
You have a safe word that needs to be delivered by hammer.
No, it's more just
non-verbally.
It's a non-verbal way of communication, but he will recognize this.
I imagine that.
Sounds.
Okay.
Well, I imagine their safe word is like hanging on the bed headboard.
No,
my question here's the question.
Yeah.
Do either of you have an open spot for a language on your sheet that you can claim right now as this nonverbal communication?
No, because we don't communicate in this language. It's like me saying like is important.
I don't know what you did there. You were just silent for a second.
I knocked the table.
Do either of you have a skill or a class feature that would enable communication in this way?
The fact that we've been together for over a year and we're super into each other. He has telepathy. I don't know if that would work.
Okay, telepathy would work if you can do it without being able to see the target and they're within range. Do you try telepathy?
Well, I don't have telepathy.
Let me see. Let me double
This
check
is-
the feet here.
Benny is basically banging on the walls
Oh.
in a specific pattern that Nazirr would recognize.
Well, I understand you want that, but this has never been established, and as far as I know, neither of you have ever spoken about this before. This is just a
I think
solution
it's-
to. This is a retroactive solution to a problem in a game that doesn't allow retroactive solutions. If you just want to bang on the wall with your hammer and hope that he can hear you, that's one thing. But
That's
try.
kind of the intent. But like, if
Yeah.
he did hear it, I think he would recognize it. That's my intent here.
Because a moment ago you were talking about like I'm just going to deliver my safe word. We're going to communicate.
I'm being in character. I'm trying to claim this as a blip later. Come on, work with me, Britt. No,
I was trying to work with you. That's why I asked if you guys had open language slots, if you had skills. I was trying to make it work for you.
Well, now you've given me an idea for my next training. It's gonna be like the equivalent of thieves' cant with this here.
I mean, you'd have to invent Morse code first. It probably doesn't exist. But yeah, well,
I'm sure some communication.
actually, you could probably learn the thri-kreen language because they speak by clicking mandibles or whatever, and then bang that out with your hammer. So what I need is
I'm gonna do that on this wall, and I'm just gonna
Nazirr.
do this on every wall.
your passive perception minus 10.
7.
7. Actually, hold on. Give me 1 second to
Giving me a double disadvantage, huh?
make it a triple disadvantage if you want to give me sass.
No, I'm not giving you sass.
Here's
This
so
is red.
here's something that McDohl. Here's something you ought to know. Okay, and it's what I have to explain this to you now after you've been married for so many years. When you get married, you lose your individuality and you become a unit with another person, which means they're partially to blame for all your fuck ups. So when Raz sasses me, I can blame you as long as it's being done in character. That's what I'm claiming.
I'm not married to McDohl.
No, but
Yeah,
in
no.
your characters.
They're not married
So-
yet.
We're not married yet.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, it's still the
So okay, actually, what I'm gonna do then? You cannot hear any banging on the wall
Yeah,
because
I
your
can't-
passive
I-
perception is
also,
7.
to answer your earlier question, I cannot establish telepathy with anyone I cannot see. So therefore,
Some forms of telepathy can't.
yeah, no, I'm saying that. Yeah, I can't.
It's your passive arcana.
Passive Arcana is 13.
13.
Yep.
Do you have a light source in your room? I see you have a little
no.
chit here. I'm not sure what the little chit's for.
You know what? That was actually for my.
Lantern.
Oh yeah, that's for my lantern. Yeah.
Okay. You notice that your drum is reverberating as you're standing in this room. And you're not sure why. Not initially sure why, anyway.
Let me re-research what the investiture of stone spell does, because I think it's going to come into play here in a second.
What the rest of you guys standing outside of the circle? You guys are ready to leave the dungeon, right?
Well, we didn't have to leave the dungeon, but I think we are now.
Well, I'm talking to
Oh,
the 3 of
he
these
means the
guys.
3 of us. Yeah.
And leave
Yeah, I
you
mean, I
there.
think we're done. We're through. We've had enough of this. We're just gonna go and I don't know, commandeer a new pirate ship.
Yeah, we're
Give them
just-
new names.
We're just going to recruit Peachberry full-time into the team as a replacement.
You've been
Yeah,
promoted.
you know.
I think McDohl would make a wonderful Peachberry.
Oh man,
No, I've got
Peachberry
an
would be
idea
so-
for another character. I've got an idea for a different character.
Who are the 2 worst?
Okay, so
Official
McDohl,
tournament.
do you want to make that new character a thing?
No. It's just it's
So the
just
question-
there in the
the-
back pocket in case anything.
The question was, are you guys 3 of you guys doing anything outside of the...
What's in the
Somebody-
circle right now?
I think a dead body, the dead crocodile man.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. We were.
And that's
Down.
like desiccated and like ancient and mummified.
It's ancient.
All right, Sahn will pull that out of the circle.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go back.
You're
so
going to
the
go back?
only thing,
Who's speaking the runes? Are you speaking the runes yourself?
Yeah.
Because it requires somebody that speaks Sylvan. Or Aquan, Aquan, I mean.
Well, she
yeah, you said Ssah'ra could teach them how to say the phrase.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we did last time.
and you find yourself in a dark room.
Who pops out when he goes in?
Benny does.
Benny is like swinging at air with his mace, and he turns around and goes, I know where we. Wait, huh? Where's Nerium?
Ssah'ra jerks back. Benny, what the hell are you doing?
I know where I was.
Where were you?
You know that discolored patch of wall?
Yeah.
When
You were in there?
When my sword was glowing, I saw a part of my cell, I guess, that was different colored.
Nerium, you hear pitiable whimpering from the corner of the room.
Benny. Benny, I need Nerium back.
Nerium squats down.
And yeah,
Send me
there's
back then.
you were in this room before, weren't you?
No, I was in this one.
You were in this room. Okay, so you're in a different space now. There's a corpse laying against the wall. Its head has been chopped off and then chopped in half. And that's what's whimpering.
Huh. Wow. Hello.
No, this can't be happening. Put me back. Put me back. It was better.
I mean, Nerium shrugs, bends over, and shoves him in a bag. And before she does, she puts like a sock in his mouth.
Okay.
She takes like one of her spare dry socks and stuffs it in his mouth, and stuffs him in a bag.
So for a moment, there's muffled weeping from inside the bag.
Wait! I have to unpack something else here. Do you actually like keep a specially wax sealed pouch to have dry socks when we travel underwater?
Well, she does
Yes.
now.
He doesn't like
Okay.
getting his socks wet.
Yes, I do.
I imagine.
You just had to unpack that before we went further.
Yeah, we have established she does not like getting her socks wet, so that makes sense.
I imagine all adventuring packs are treated against being, at least partially against water.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
But like she has like a little like a screw top like bamboo thing. Like it's just like 3 pairs of socks in it.
Fine. What's Ssah'ra's
Rick,
question?
How quickly can Ssah'ra swap Benny back for Nerium?
Is that what you should do next?
Yeah, because once Benny comes out and says he knows where he was, Ssah'ra needs Nerium.
You get Nazirr instead.
Show, he's like, God damn it, and he just says it again. It's funny.
Then he'll realize he's in a different room, and he'll go back to hitting walls again.
It's fair.
Wait, what?
God damn it, you're not Nerium.
Nazirr is staring at his drum, and like it was
Ssah'ra speaks a phrase while Nazirr is getting oriented.
It was thrumming.
Nazirr, you are now in the cell, but this time there's a silent, decapitated corpse on the ground next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Freshly decapitated.
Can I make an Arcana check to figure out why the drum would be reverberating?
It no longer is.
Oh.
And he's still hitting walls.
So now what's happening outside? You said you needed
so
Nerium.
Ssah'ra is gonna take Nerium and say, "Hey,
So-
I need you to build me a platform so we can break these numbnuts out of the walls."
So my next question is, what do we? Oh, I'm sorry. It's stone all around me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. I think it's item crash time. Because I do have at least 30 attunement with Mugduck.
So you're using the drum to cast Investiture of Stone.
Yeah, we've gotten to know each other for we've got to know each other for these past few months.
Mugduck has not changed a bit since you met him.
Exactly.
I mean, a good friend shouldn't, right?
That's true. That's who your true friends are.
Would
But
argue
yeah,
my-
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna item crash. I'm gonna cast Investiture of Stone,
Okay.
which means for 10 minutes, bits of rock spread across my body, and I have resistance to BPS for non-magical attacks. I can use my action to create a small earthquake on the ground in a 15-foot radius centered around me. Other creatures on that ground must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone,
Okay.
which I will do right now. And then I can also move across difficult terrain made of earth or stone without spending extra movement.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's
Yeah,
go
I mean,
ahead and roll a d4 real quick.
The earth around you rumbles.
Yep.
If that creature was there and able to weep, it would be really weeping now. Thanks, Nerium.
Yeah, let me roll a d4 real quick here.
What are you rolling a d4 for?
Pick a wall.
Pick a wall.
Oh, I guess it would be a d6, wouldn't it? Because up and down as well.
Well, up is down. Remember, you want to cross a gravity plane.
Oh, don't. Super don't.
There was a gravity plane in Planescape last night, too, actually. They went across a gravity plane.
There are multiple gravity planes in this dungeon, and I hate it. My brain.
So I
can't-
can go 15 feet down and then 15 feet back up. Like down into the floor.
Okay.
And back up. Provided I don't exit this bubble or this block.
We've got this for 10 minutes, so if your intention is to do some like exploring around in the rock,
Yeah.
as long as you don't break concentration, you can't end your turn. So you're making like
Yeah, I can go,
15
like,
foot
1, 2,
excursions.
Yeah, go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Kind
Gotcha.
of that thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
We are on
Three
the
squares
same.
of that.
So call this north, south, east, west.
Okay, I'll do south first.
South, you don't get. Well, actually,
You could
I'll
also
go-
dash if you need to.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that in my
How'd you go?
second go around.
okay, hold
As long
on.
as you don't conflict.
Wait, hold on. Things are about to get even dumber.
Oh no.
Things were already pretty dumb.
I doubt.
I'm feeling this might work.
I have
Right.
played Time Mage and Renaissance. You can't. My threshold for dumb has gone. It's really high at the
You
moment.
know, fair.
That's where I was dragging Nerium while this is going on.
That's fine. Okay, so here's what happens. Investiture of Stone. You cast it. You're going to move 15 feet south. When you do so, you emerge from a wall, fall some distance from the top archway of a room, and splash down into a semicircular pool of water. And
Do I take falling damage from that?
um
That might break concentration if I am taking falling damage.
well, you're resistant to the falling damage
Ah,
because you got resistant to bludgeoning.
yep.
I'm trying. So here's what happened, okay? I've got the dungeon notes here. I know
Word.
where the rooms are,
Yeah.
but in a million years, I wasn't thinking, oh, they're going to travel from the room you left into the room you entered. So now I've got to figure out how far the drop is.
No.
I don't think it's super far. You know what? I'm going to call it 2d6, and then you can cut the damage in half because you're resistant to the bludgeoning damage. Actually, you're going to fall into water, so it's not even going to be that. So I'm not going to apply damage at all. You're just going to fall into the water.
So yeah, I just fall into the water.
So that happens first.
And your lamp goes out.
Yeah, my lamp goes out.
You got dark vision, though, don't you?
I do. I have no more oil to fill it right now, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, roll initiative.
Excellent.
Oh no.
Everybody except who ran initiative?
Who's rolling
last week?
initiative right now?
I was last week for track rating.
Everybody except Raz.
I need to picture.
Oh, I rolled a 1, so I guess I'm doing initiative.
All right, Nazir's on a 4, so you don't have to roll particularly high to beat him.
This window's way bigger than that. There we go.
Sorry, I've got to open the other monster book that I wasn't planning to open today at all.
You want? I'll do initiative.
Ooh, I just opened the monster book and I accidentally opened to the Gug. You guys want another Gug?
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I can do initiative Treble, but if I gotta step away, you can take over for me.
I want more gnarl jacks. That'd be cool.
Gnarl jacks are cool. So okay, you hear a splash. So what? Your body is covered in stones. You have a solid form. You're just able to kind of move through stone, right? Okay. So you're not non-corporeal. You splash down into this semicircular pool, and as you're getting oriented, so where are you on initiative? You're on 4. My monster's on 3. I'm gonna say you're surprised because you weren't expecting to come out of a wall and fall into the water.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay. One of these is probably going to miss. So as you pull yourself up to the edge of the pool, a 9's not going to hit?
No.
How about a 25?
That'll hit.
$14 points of slashing damage.
Non-magical?
Piercing damage, I'm sorry. It's non-magical, so yeah, you can resist that. As you're getting oriented, you're in this pool of what feels like seawater. And tastes like seawater. I mean, it's saline. And as you're pulling yourself up, immediately you duck your head underneath a slash, and then a severe bite grabs hold of your shoulder, thrashes you back and forth. You have angered the crocodile man guarding the room, and he shouts at you for sullying the waters of Osprem. And so that was his turn, and now it's your turn at 4 again.
Okay.
Disengage.
Yep.
Um.
So we'll go ahead and roll your concentration. Make sure that
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta roll my concentration on that.
you can half the damage, but you're still concentrating on the spell.
DC's what, 10?
This would be a very bad concentration to fail, I think.
Yeah.
Is it safe to
2 blips. 2 blips to reroll.
What isn't a concentration check?
He doesn't have a con. Oh wait, you
I don't have a con bonus.
Oh yeah, you don't. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, 2 blips to reroll. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so disengage.
Sure.
Do I have... I've got one more adrenaline rush. I can move back into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And dash to move up until I get back into my hole that was made for me.
You can dash and disengage the same turn?
Yeah, I can bonus action dash.
Okay. Then yeah, you make it back up into your nice, comfy cell where
Hole that was made for me.
which just has a beheaded body instead of an angry crocodile man. So south was fun.
South was fun. No, yeah, let's
Right,
let's
any
go.
other direction?
any
Let's go
chance?
west.
Is there any chance that Nerium and Ssah'ra heard any of this?
No chance at all.
I didn't see him on the map. So
0. So yeah, well, you guys get down to the room, and this is the room that you were in before. Your goal is to get up here and chip away one of the walls?
Yeah, Ssah'ra wants to have Nerium paint her a platform so she can stand up there and start hacking away trying to get to Benny.
So Nerium, you're gonna paint like scaffolding and
I'm
That's
gonna
what
paint.
I asked you to do.
I'm gonna paint a step ladder.
okay.
Ain't some milk crate.
I brought Ronald down here because you have him.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand guard at the portal in case something else comes out of it.
Nazirr, what direction would you like to try next?
West,
West.
going clockwise.
So Nerium, where are you painting your stepladder?
I mean, just on the. How tall does this need to be at a spot? Like when
Ssah'ra
I
was
step
standing on Nazir's shoulders, was she not?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm painting a 6-foot tall A-frame ladder.
Okay.
Is what I'm painting.
Where?
Just on the ground here.
So outside of the room where you need it?
Well, yeah, it comes into existence,
Okay.
and I take it off.
Yeah. Ssah'ra will pick it up and put it in front of the northern discoloration.
Well, it's not done yet. It's going to take a long... Imagine
It takes.
Imagine how long it would take to
while.
paint a 6-foot A-frame ladder. That's how long it's going to take her.
Yeah. So-
Nazirr comes out of the wall and falls to the floor of the room.
Hey, Naz.
Hi.
I will apply
Fuck's sake.
5 points of bludgeoning damage to there.
So I must be here then.
And it
Hey,
must-
Nerium, Benny was right.
And it, that's got to hurt too because like he landed on the tombstone. So like,
Yeah, but he can just pass through rock.
I mean, that's gonna be my guess. That's for my edification.
Hold on, I gotta make this concentration check, otherwise... Okay.
Against 2 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, Nazirr looks to the drum, says, "Thank you, Mug Duck." And... yeah, he's gonna move back up into the cell one more time.
Okay.
Naz.
You go back into your
Gotcha.
cell with the beheaded body.
And then he's going to go north.
And you find another cell with
Hi,
with a-
Benedict.
with a sea elf in it.
Oh, you heard me. You heard me.
No, I didn't.
You heard me. No?
Okay. We're gonna...
Well, shit. I thought that was brilliant. But you're here.
Yeah,
I know where we are.
We're working to get you out of here. Nazirr goes to the back of the wall, takes
I
another
love
like
you.
point. Love you too. Takes another like d6 of falling damage, probably.
Ssah'ra,
Actually, no. Probably now that I know like the grade, I can move to the ground and.
Yeah.
you don't know the grade. You're not a dwarf.
You just go down at a 45-degree angle.
Ssah'ra,
Okay, fine, Brick Road. Why don't you give me another d6 of falling damage?
Ssah'ra, while Nazirr is off on his adventures in the walls, you hear a soft, muffled weeping emanating from where Nerium is working on her ladder.
Nerium, what did you do? Did you kidnap a child?
Not recently.
And what is crying?
I don't know. I don't know what
Whatever.
you're talking.
How's the ladder coming?
Ladder's going to take a while. You guys are going to be at it. I'm going to say, how long would it take to paint a ladder of that size? I'm going to say at
Well,
least an
is there-
hour.
Half
It-
an hour?
It
Yeah.
takes 10 minutes to cover 100 square feet. That's what the magic item says.
Okay, then yeah, it'll take, I'm going to say the full 10 minutes, because there's a lot of
Yeah,
nooks and
10 minutes
crannies in
seems
there.
reasonable to me.
How the hell do we get Benedict out of there?
You guys left Sahn all alone up there?
He's a strong, independent bug man. Don't need no party.
Ssah'ra holds out the pickaxe and says, "We dig."
Freaking pickaxe with.
Wait, which side are you planning on digging? Because Benny's up here.
That's the one I was gonna dig at. But if you say Benny's there, then yeah, we'll dig there.
Was that the one that you worked at previously?
Yes,
don't
actually.
think what? Maybe,
It
I don't
is.
know.
Yeah.
So after
It
10
is.
minutes, the woman with the weeping hip pouch finishes painting an A-frame ladder.
Listen,
Did-
an
What?
artist that has a weeping hip pouch is got to be a good artist.
So I hand over Ssah'ra that ladder and I say, "Excuse me, 1 second," and then I like open the hip pouch and then like shove the sock like further down into his throat.
I mean, it doesn't matter how far down you put a sock. If you shove it too far, it'll just come out the bottom of his neck.
Yeah, it's a skull. Right?
It's a human head. The rest of his body was emaciated, skeletalized, but his head was perfectly normal-ish.
Then I will threaten him, like, if you do not stop weeping, I instead of taking you out of here, I'm going to throw you into the water and let you just sink there for the rest of eternity.
It doesn't
One.
stop making that noise.
I start counting down like I'm talking to a small child. 1.
I need you to make a charisma intimidation check.
Oh, can I make a persuasion check? Because I'm trying to persuade him to be quiet.
No, because you're intimidating him. You're
That
threatening.
was literally a
You're,
threat.
you're threatening him
You
with
just
something.
said.
I wasn't trying to threaten
Yeah,
him, but
Victor, it's a threat.
So that's even
Alex had this
scarier.
problem once.
If you threaten somebody and you don't realize it's a threat, that's a problem. But yeah, it's intimidation.
13.
A 13? Okay.
Yeah.
The whimpering doesn't stop, but it does subside, mostly.
Acceptable. Nerium says.
Nerium, go get Sahn.
So-
Here, hold the ladder.
Somebody is going to need to hold the ladder, yes. Nazirr, what's your
Yeah,
strength score?
12.
12's good. As long as it's above, like, as long as you're in the green on strength. And Ssah'ra, you're standing on a painted ladder holding a painted pickaxe.
Yes. Very
Are-
artsy.
Are these paints the MVP of this campaign?
They are.
Yeah, they seem
Yeah.
to be.
We will never get this item again.
This is the dumbest magic item,
Is this
and
Decant
I
of
have-
water from the previous campaign.
I told you I was going to make it your problem. So, like, I want everybody to understand that everything Nerium paints is just like the most garish possible iteration of the thing. Like,
Good.
just to, like, so it's like rainbow and it's got
This ladder
smiley
looks like
faces
level
on
5
it.
of Tartarus.
Yes.
Ssah'ra,
Yeah,
you're going to make a lot of rolls here.
that's fine.
Listen carefully. The wall has an AC of 10. It has a damage threshold of 10. You understand what that means?
Yep.
Okay. I had you roll damage with the pickaxe last session. Remember what I had you roll?
I do not.
I want to say it was like 8. I don't know.
I'm going to say 2D because a D8 sounds good for pickaxe and hitting a wall. I would give the pickaxe 2D8 against the thing it's supposed to be breaking. So it's going to be 2D8 damage if you hit. Damage threshold of 10. You've got to get through 20 damage worth of wall.
Okay.
You've only got to tunnel through, what is this, about 2 feet of wall? They're like right next to the... There's almost 15 feet between the two cells, but there's only like a foot and a half between the walls here.
I think what you said last week was that we made headway, but this would take a long time.
Well,
Last start getting
Yeah.
exhaustion was
Yes.
what happened
Yeah.
last week.
at 5 swings, you're going to get a level of exhaustion.
So would if I were to cast Enhance Ability, would that mitigate that in any way?
What does enhance ability do?
If I could, if I were to give Bear's Endurance, giving Constitution check, giving advantage on Constitution checks, and also temporary hit points.
That wouldn't do anything to mitigate the exhaustion, no. What
Okay,
he's got to
I
do
was
is
wondering.
he's got to deal 20 damage to this wall in 5 swings or gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
And last week the complication was he was on somebody's shoulders and they had to roll strength checks to keep him up. That's not an issue now. We've got a ladder. If anybody can get through this wall in 5 swings, I think Ssah'ra can.
Well,
The other option that I have is I could summon an elemental spirit to maybe do damage to the wall as well.
A creature can only deal damage to the wall. Some creatures are called siege monsters. I would allow them to deal damage to the wall. But otherwise, we're going to use this pickaxe. So go ahead and give me those rolls, Ssah'ra.
Really?
first roll. A is a 8, 19.
19 will hit.
Okay.
I don't think you can miss the wall. actually.
Earth elementals are siege monsters, McDohl.
Except on a 1.
With a 1, you'll
Are
miss
they?
the wall.
Don't tempt me, Raz.
I forgot who I'm
Hey.
talking to here.
I have. Well, I mean, it doesn't say this on the stat block here.
2d8, you can apply your strength mod to the damage.
All right, so that's going to be 14 total. With a 10 would be what, 4 damage?
Yep, so you got 16 more hit points to go through.
Can I use, if I do psychic force damage, would that
Nope,
add to it?
the wall can't... It's a
Okay.
stone wall, doesn't have a brain.
It's force damage. It's not psychic.
It's force damage.
Oh, force damage you can apply.
Psionic,
yes.
not psychic.
I'll let you... if it's force... If that's the damage type is force.
It is force.
Yeah.
Although, okay, 2 additional points of force damage to it.
Okay. Then yeah, you're down to 14. You got... So one swing, you got 6 points off this wall. That bodes well. You're on par.
It's going to be a 12.
That'll hit. Has an AC of wall.
Listen, Chris, I'm trying to help.
I know.
Give him True Strike.
It's gonna be 14 points.
Okay,
So, question:
Yeah.
the ability that lets me do damage is a once per turn thing.
Mhm.
So, are all 5 of these going to be in a single turn, or is it
No,
one
these
attack?
are individual attacks.
Okay.
I'll say you can. You don't have to use all these in one turn, so you can apply the force damage again.
Let's blow some stuff then. So that's going to be actually 9 points, 5 force and 4 pickaxe.
Okay, so yeah, your pickaxe is going real deep into the wall, and you have to yank it back out, pulling out big chunks of stone.
All right, next one.
If you get one more swing like that, you might get through this wall.
That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
You swing really well against things that don't fight back.
Wow,
It's going to be 15 points.
you have to make a saving throw against vicious mockery. And that's it. With that, Benny, inside your room, you can hear the second and third swings. In the third swing, the pickaxe comes through the wall, and you see it wrench for a moment. The wall crumbles away and cracks as it gets pulled away, and there is Ssah'ra's beautiful gleaming face.
Well, Ssah'ra looks into an empty room.
Ssah'ra, this is not the right room.
Oh, well.
Nazirr told you the wrong room.
And then Benny peeks over and says, "Haha, gotcha," from the corner.
Ssah'ra will start putting the rocks back in place.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
So yeah, now once you have a hole in the
Don't do
wall,
that.
you got enough
Like that,
leverage
Jody.
to you can work on either side now, and after a few moments you get a small hole, so big enough for Benny to squeeze through.
Yeah, and he'll come out and he'll say, the whole time he's just saying, "Jenny, they didn't like that. It wasn't my idea." It was funny, right?
What are you gonna do with this A-frame ladder?
I think we just leave it
Ssah'ra
here.
Leave it there
Back
for
it
the
up
next
and-
adventurer.
Leave
Can
it
I
here
say-
for the next time we're here.
I say it folds up.
Benny,
It just enjoys.
there is muffled whimpering coming from Nerium's hip pouch.
Nerium
Oh,
went over
no,
here to get
no.
Ssah'ra. Okay, yeah, I'm with.
Yeah, you
Sahn,
guys-
Looks like Sahn's already come over here.
Yeah, once you're back with Nerium, you hear the whimpering coming from her hip pouch.
Benny immediately goes, "Well, maybe that was a better idea.
What do you mean?
He pulls out the bandana bindle with a scrap of jaw in it, and he says, "I took a piece of that person with me to
Benny,
try and help him at some point.
did you cut some man's head in half?
He asked me to put him out of his misery. I thought it would work." He's
Ssah'ra?
grimacing the entire time he says it.
Ssah'ra pats Benny on the shoulder and says, "Good job, you're learning."
Do we
That
have
is
any
the-
dispel magics left?
Yeah.
I've got some dispel magic left.
Nerium looks at Benny in horror and says, "That is the most evil and horrifying thing I have ever heard in my entire life, Benny."
He asked me to put him out of his misery. I thought it was the...
And you were
Kind
just
thing
gonna
to
leave
do.
him there, Benny?
I don't know how to help him. I didn't even think I would get out of this cell.
Benny,
you could, Benny, you
this
could have
is-
stomped on his head, crushed his brain. Like, you didn't have to just leave him.
Hey, lay off him, all right?
Talk about Benny or the disembodied head?
Lay off of Benny.
Everybody
I'm-
involved here.
I'm legitimately trying to. I'm legitimately making fun of Benny right now. Nerium does not care.
Yeah, no. And Nazir's telling him not because we don't want him to not be mobile while we're trying to get the hell out of here.
Benny is genuinely like, he if this is a joke, he doesn't realize it. He would genuinely be trying to defend himself. He thought he did the right thing.
So,
I
to be
guess-
clear-
I don't know. I don't know if Nerium wants me to roll conflict or not, but that's what I'm implying. Is that
Benny's too stupid.
you know
to
what I'm
even-
implying?
To be clear, you're taking the disembodied crying head out of the dungeon with you. We've made that decision.
Yes.
Okay.
Benny's taking
He's. It's in my hip bag along with the floppy no bone hands.
Oh, okay. So he's got hands at least. Any other business in the dungeon that you want to see to?
Only if I have to roll a conflict. I'm just.
So we're.
Oh yeah, I guess you do because Nerium's picking on you.
That's where I was going with this. Is do I?
Let's make a charisma check against Jenny Aplenty.
Well, that's terrible.
How'd you do?
Is this a charisma save or a charisma check?
It's a check.
Okay, I have 5.
5.
Yeah.
She has 12, so you lose attunement to the boots.
Benny starts dancing.
Ssah'ra tail smacks Nerium.
Guys, she's upset. She's upset. This is exhausting.
Hold on.
I'm not very
You fail by if you fail by 5 or more, you are grappled by the boots.
Yeah,
While grappled, you yeah, you're
dancing.
You're dancing.
Hold on. I might have a solution for this. Benedict, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as Nazirr starts casting Hold Person.
I fail.
You gotta dance.
I'm allowed to fail, right?
Yeah, you can voluntarily fail a save.
Okay, I'll fail because
You are paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
I might pass
Paralyzed
that.
for 1 minute.
Sahn will start pulling the boots off.
Aren't sea elves immune to charm effects?
Hold Person isn't a
Hold
charm
Person
effect.
is a paralysis effect.
No, but Otto's irresistible dance is a charm effect.
No, they're not immune. He might have advantage.
On
I
this-
do have immunity because I'm a paladin.
immunity
I'm
to
a paladin
charm.
of devotion specifically. I'm immune to charm.
Then yeah, you can't be targeted by Otto's irresistible dance. You just lose attunement to the boots. You don't actually have
Okay. Well.
Oh.
Okay.
You're grappled by the boots. but you-
well,
the-
I
the-
will take
the-
them off in that case.
You have to roll an escape DC to take them off because they've grappled you.
Can we help him?
You're going to
Take
help me with that, right?
mentions.
I think I pass. Is this strength?
Either strength or dex acrobatics.
23.
Yeah, so after Nerium makes fun of you and the boots grab onto your feet, you have to wrench them off. Now you have inert boots that you can't reattune to for 3 days.
Well, we're about to get a new Atma, so maybe that'll be okay. But question, do I get AP for failing a conflict? I don't actually know. I know if you succeed, you get 2. Do you get anything for a failure?
No.
Oh, boo. All I've gained is a waste of time.
There's an old Amiga game that I enjoyed. What was the geopolitics of the nuclear era or something? It's like a worldwide politics game that can end in nuclear war. And if it ends in nuclear war, it pops up a little text box that says, if you were expecting to see a big explosion and body parts flying everywhere, we're here to disappoint you because we do not reward failure.
You gotta fail forward in D&D, Brick Road.
You don't.
Can we?
Nope.
Can we not, please?
Everybody buckle in for the 2-hour lecture about why I don't like fail forward.
No. Everybody
we don't know.
buckle in for the 2-hour us trying to get out of a vertical shaft while I'm rolling constantly 3s and 4s.
So,
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
well, you still had business in the dungeon, I thought.
Yeah, I thought we
Oh,
did.
we just have to collect the coral, I think.
So yeah, after a little while, you go back. She's still peering into her hand mirror that you gave her.
It wasn't a hand mirror. It was like a full size 5x5 mirror.
Oh, that's right.
The
Yeah,
wall
yeah.
mirror.
So the coral that you have, it is neither metal nor wood nor stone. It is a unique material. Functionally, if you find someone who can work it, you have enough material here to make an edge or a point for a +1 magical weapon that will count as a magical weapon. So you need someone who can work this material, then you need someone who can affix it to a weapon.
Is there enough material there to enchant a shield with?
I'm going to say a weapon, a shield, or 10 pieces of ammunition.
Because I would like to request a shield.
I would
Yeah,
like to request a weapon.
What kind of...
What type of skill is needed to make this?
You have no idea. When she was describing it,
elves are dumb.
she told you that there used to be civilizations that were able to work this material, but no longer, and she seemed wistful about it. So this is potentially lost knowledge.
So this isn't something that like having proficiency in smithing or woodworking or whatever.
Correct. If you handed this to Midge and she took her hammer to it, she would just end up breaking the material and you'd have a pile of dust.
Okay.
Is this... I think we're about to go to the same place, so you go first.
Is this knowledge potentially something that is within Elven tradition?
So what I'm going to do...
Elves can reach into the hive mind or whatever when they sleep. And...
Elves don't sleep.
Trance, I'm sorry. Immediately attack the irrelevant part of the argument.
What I'm going to do is allow some number of Arcana checks as downtime actions.
Okay.
I'm going to, and it depends on how you want to go about it, but you have resources on this ship that you might also make use of in order to see this done. Basically, you have to rediscover this lost art or find somebody who still knows it.
Okay.
And so, is that as much of the dungeon as you guys want to see tonight? Okay, I guess I can give you this room too, since Nazirr entered it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So the thing is, this room is some distance below the main plane of the map, and the cell is some distance above the main plane of the map. And like, I never thought I would have to do that calculation.
So like, if this is
If
this is 5 foot down, right? And this is even, so this would be.
Well, this isn't. You don't know where this room is. Is the point? You don't know how far down this is.
Lower. This was like 40 feet up, I thought, because there was a lot of stairs in here.
Yeah, so this is like at least 15, 20, 25 or 30 feet foot fall.
I was looking in the ballpark of 20 to 25, but falling into water from 20 feet, I'm not going to impose damage for that.
The crocodile man, though.
The crocodile man was in there. The whole point of the crocodile men is that they're like passive until you try to mess with the things that they're guarding. Well, he fell into the thing that he was guarding.
Yeah.
Just totally blindsided each other.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm gonna save this map.
Let's see. Let me make sure there's nothing else I want to. Let's see. I got the gravity plane in that room, of the P room over there.
Yeah.
You
can go this way. This is a wall.
Oh, you guys are still drawing. Go ahead and finish up your last minute notes on the map.
When we return, it's really just this room and then the crocodile.
Oh, it's basically just we gotta kill the crocodiles. I guess.
Crocodile Dundee. Or
all I had to do was mark there was a croc in that room.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
I'll save this map.
So we've got
again.
green marks for the other ones.
All right. So you head back out to the main room. You got your rope. You climb up.
Can we retrieve that, or should we leave it here?
It's up to you.
I don't think we can retrieve it.
We'll have to buy more when we get back to the ship.
I mean, if you want it, you can take it with you. I'm not going to belabor the point
Okay.
of taking
I can
it
swim
with
and
you.
get it then.
Okay.
Okay.
So you dive down into the water, and swim down through the gravity plane, come up through the big crack. And heading up and out, coming up back through the grease trap.
Yep.
Okay.
When we get about here, I'm going to cast greater invisibility on Sahn, and just in case there's a kobold up there.
Wait, where did you ping?
Right about here.
You
Before we go up
don't even get there. You get out here.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and stack yourselves up in the hallway here.
I had to find myself.
Jeez. This is. I knew this was going to be a thing.
I have gone away to find myself. If I should return before I get back, please ask me to wait. Coming into this room, we'll use pink for this guy.
Is that another walrus?
You wish.
Yeah, I do actually. Walruses are great.
Yeah, Wally the Rolls.
In his little couch.
You see
Still over here.
there's a cone of illumination in the center of the room. So imagine like a spotlight over this man's head, okay? With soft white light illuminating like maybe the 5 or so feet around him. He has an easel set up, and he's painting something dark and detailed upon the easel. And as you enter the room, he turns to look. He gasps, throws his cloak out in front of the easel to hide what he's painting. Wait! You cannot be here yet.
And yet we are.
I need a few more moments, if you would,
Ssah'ra
if you
walks
please. Ssah'ra can't walk anywhere. She's a snake woman.
Okay, she's gonna slide over. I don't see his token on the map.
He is in the center of the room here.
That's right.
Is this a kobold or is this a person?
A humanoid person, but definitely not a human. Somewhere in between human and Triton. Well, Ssah'ra, you're not going to get that close to him without rolling initiative. I'll tell you that right now.
Why don't we just leave?
Yeah, well, can't we just let him do... How long do you need?
I could finish in 3 to 5 more minutes. A few more strokes. It's a masterpiece.
He's gonna summon a monster. Either kill him or leave.
Just, well, I mean... Roll insight then. But Benny thinks that seems pretty reasonable.
To wait 3 more minutes?
Wait,
No.
So, Ssah'ra,
The water breathing lasts another 12 hours, I think.
Oh,
Benny.
has this
Well,
been
more than 12 hours.
Ssah'ra turns to the party and says, "We either kill him or we walk past him, but decide now."
no, there's no need for violence. Leastways, not against me. Right there. Ssah'ra's going to get to this square. And then he's going to cut his losses. We're going to roll initiative right there.
Oh, she was trying to go around him too.
See, first she was like, I'm going to jump in and walk up to him and stab him in the face because I'm violent.
Yeah, and all you guys said, no, we don't want to kill him. And then she agreed because she's a good friend.
she
You want me
listen
to go before or after
I
you?
told her to make an insight check.
me, Nerium? You can go first.
Okay, I need to...
I've got it. Hang on. I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah, Benny, I think we've been through this tunnel enough times to know that anything in here is going to attack us.
I don't disagree with you. Raz, speaking.
All right, who's the top of my order?
It's going to be Sahn, followed by Yellow.
Sahn, as the man in the center of the room at the easel under the spotlight sees that you guys are just going to march past, he mutters something, and he's going to draw his brush across the easel on his turn.
Can I get to there and then make an attempt to pull the brush away from him? Like to grab the brush?
Yeah, we'll call that an opposed strength check.
Okay.
His strength's not terrific.
Mine either. I have a 9.
9 wins in this case.
All right.
So you wrench the brush out of his hand?
And then can I use my item interaction to throw it to Nerium?
Yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. Nerium, you going to use your reaction to catch the brush?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Otherwise, it's going to splatter your face, and you have paint all over your face.
Probably already got paint all over.
That's true, actually.
Ronald is up next.
Oh, we got his name
Ronald
right.
is approaching. He's looking to see what all the fuss is about.
Okay.
Dodge, I suppose.
Dodge there. Who's next?
Blue?
I don't see blue. Do you?
Nope. I just
Yes,
see one
we do.
initiative. So Nazirr is up next, followed by Pink.
Yeah, Nazir's just gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Pink's turn. If Nazirr is going to do anything else.
Dodge.
The man calls out the command word. Celisere! And he throws his cloak back, revealing that he's painted almost all of a giant spider, minus one leg. He's going to leave Sahn's threat range.
I can stab him with a non-magical short sword.
Okay.
That'll hit an armor class of... what's my sword? 7. 13.
13 will hit.
Dealing... Dex, 'cause it's a finesse weapon, so... 9 piercing damage.
The man cries out as he gets stabbed with a short sword, and he limps away from the easel to the back of the room. The spotlight is following him. It's floating above his head, emanating from a stone, so he has light wherever he goes.
Nerium is looking up at that.
It's Nerium's turn, unless Pink is going to do something else.
No, Pink, he uses action, then he uses movement, and he got stabbed. It was not a good turn for him.
Is there a spider in... Has a spider appeared?
There's a spider on the canvas that he's painting upon. A 7-legged spider.
All right. But one has not just, like, appeared, is what I'm asking.
Nope.
Okay.
Did he bring the canvas with him, or is it still in front of me?
No, he left it right in front of you. It's right there.
Okay.
All right. Well, this seems like a bad scene. So I'm going to step right here.
Mm-hmm.
Sahn?
Mm-hmm.
Please enjoy the effects of my level 4 spell slot. And you are now greater invisibility for the next minute.
That's pretty
10,
great.
20, 25, 30. Go get him, Sahn. The two of us will be cheering from you over here. And by two of us, she means her and the head in her pouch.
Right. Who's next?
After Sahn, or after Nerium is Benny.
Okay. So 5, 10.
So best roll.
I assume this is next to the painting?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Okay. Benny, having realized what's going on, is going to slash at the painting and cut it in half.
Okay, go ahead and make its hit roll.
Yeah, you saved my action.
14?
As you rear back to swing, the stabbed man in the south of the room throws his hands forward. Don't! You'll disrupt the magic! I don't know what it will do!
Well, he's already kind of ruined that opportunity, so... And I've already hit, I assume, right?
Yeah, roll damage.
Yeah. Now, do I smite a painting?
It's not a creature, it's an easel.
Oh, so I can't smite this.
If smite uses the word creature, you can't.
Well, that's 11 non-magical slash.
I mean, it's just canvas, so you...
Right. I imagine that it's dead.
slash through it.
Let's see here. When you hit with a melee attack, it doesn't say creature. Is the painting undead or a fiend?
It's Shardnock again.
Yeah.
It's always Shardnock.
Yeah. 11 slashing damage to the canvas.
I need Ssah'ra, Benny, and Sahn. Let's call this a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Is it a magic effect?
You get
It
to
is
add 3.
a magic effect, yes.
You get to add 3.
That's 11. Or 21, not 11.
16.
What's your bonus, Benny? 13?
3.
Or 3? That's a 16.
16?
Yeah.
You're looking for DC 13.
Oh, we all pass.
All right, so 19 points of force damage, which all of you can cut in half for passing the save. And each of you is forced... Actually, you're not forced anywhere. You all pass the save. As splitting the canvas as the magic is taking hold, the magic is released outward in a violent blast. And instead of there being one very large 7-legged spider, there are 2 medium-sized half-giant spiders. One with 4 writhing legs, one with 3 writhing legs.
Does
they
one
are literal halves.
does
Oh,
one have a face and one doesn't?
Literal has one. They each have half of a face, half of a thorax, half of their legs.
How long has passed since we started the session? How much time has passed?
Since you started the session, I mean, it must have taken. I'm gonna say like an hour, perhaps. 'Cause we did some exploration through walls. We spent time painting a ladder.
That's good enough. Okay, so I no longer have protection from poison, but Benny will stand here and be kind of grossed out about the situation.
It is kind of gross.
Yeah. That's it. That's Benny.
Are they leaking ichor or paint?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
That was Benny's turn. Who's next?
Oh, you know what? I have an extra attack. Can I swing at one of these things?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'll swing at the one next to Sahn. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
8 slashing.
Okay. Do I have resistance?
That ends Benny's turn.
All right, who's next?
Ssah'ra's up next. Gross. Also frustrating because Ssah'ra wasn't gonna deal with this right now, but I suppose first attack on the spider.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna stab it with a spear. That is a 26.
26 will hit.
So that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
3 points of force damage,
Okay.
and it needs to make a save, DC 12 strength save, or it's going to be knocked prone.
You know what? It's already prone. It can't stand up. It's only half of a body.
Oh, it's only prone? That means I have advantage on attacks?
Yeah, it can't stand. It's
Well,
already
that changes what I'm going to do then.
Well, here, I'll give it its hit points back then.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, I just occurred to me. Yeah, it can't stand up. It's already prone.
Okay, can I keep
guess okay.
Yeah, can I keep the 18 I rolled?
Nope.
Okay, so
I mean,
gonna try and power attack this.
keep the 18, but roll the second die to see if you get a crit out of it. That seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
You could power attack on the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank God I get to keep the 18.
All right, so we're just, that
So it's
first
gonna be
that first
a
hit, that
20.
damage applies.
What's that?
That first hit still hit. It was still an 18.
It's still gonna be an 18, but I'm power attacking.
Okay.
So it's not gonna be 9. It's gonna be 19.
All right. Now
and
we're talking.
3 points of force damage.
Okay.
Second attack.
Gross. My poor spider.
That's gonna be a 19 to hit
That'll hit.
for 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay, that's going to trigger its reaction. Ssah'ra, I have a 21 to hit.
I wish I had my artifact because that actually hits.
I don't think this does much to you, except just damage. I'm going to only get 1 damage die, though, I think.
Did you apply the disadvantage for attacking while prone?
I did. I just rolled really well. 9 points of piercing damage. And as the thing gets its one pincher into you, it wraps its legs around you, dragging you to the ground. You are grappled.
Oh. No. I do. Wait, are these spiders with octopus legs?
No, they're spiders with spider legs. But they can't stand on their spider legs, so they're not actually skittering around like spiders because it's been bisected.
Which makes it worse.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You have to make 2 saving throws when you get grappled by this guy? Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Is it a magic effect, poison effect?
Poison. Are you immune to poison or just resistant?
Resistant.
Oh, okay. So you can, if you don't fail this.
Okay. Well, Benny, what's your bonus?
3.
So that's going to be 21.
21. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to fail this. As things got you grappled. You're not prone. It's prone. You're grappled. This is a clusterfuck of a combat this turned into. And you're not poisoned, and you don't take additional damage. Okay, I think I did all that right. We're still on Ssah'ra's turn. That was a reaction.
Am I in a position to get a bonus attack?
Yeah, you can still attack him. Yeah, you're not restrained. You're only grappled.
Okay, so I don't have disadvantage on the attack.
Correct.
Okay. Gonna shove the butt of her spear down his neck.
Yeah, give him that butt.
It's gonna be a 14 to hit.
14 will not hit.
Wait, no, it's more than 14.
He's power attacking.
Power attacking is a
Oh, you're destiling. Okay.
Yeah, I'm destilling.
And you can't move away, so is that end Ssah'ra's turn?
Yep, that's the end of her turn. So, Sahn, you're go now.
Sahn, you were invisible, sir.
Do these things have blind sense, or can I make attacks at advantage?
You can make attacks at advantage.
All right.
They don't have any kind of blind
Let's
sense.
move back a bit. I'm going to target the one that's currently grappling Ssah'ra.
Okay.
I'm going to take a power attack shot with my heavy crossbow. Or sharpshooter. I call it sharpshooter. That hits an armor class of 22.
That hits.
Dealing 27 piercing damage.
Okay. Good.
And then I'm going to take a multi-attack with my heavy crossbow. Same one. That hits an armor class of 14.
14 will not hit.
Okay, and then I'm going to spend my last charge on the cloak to make multi-attack as a bonus action. I'm going to take a attack with my heavy crossbow. That hits a yes. For 33 piercing damage.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to trigger its reaction. Only Benny is standing there. That's more what I was expecting rolling at disadvantage. That's going to hit an AC of 9, Benny.
No.
As the thing tries to bite you, and no good.
And then I have one last multi-attack on the cloak. That's only going to hit a 9.
9 does not hit.
So that's going to cost me all charges, which were 0. So that's fine. That's the end of my turn.
All right, who's next?
Ronald. Followed by Spider.
Sahn was firing at which one? The northern one or the southern one?
They're both bloodied at this point.
Okay.
I was firing the one that was grappling Ssah'ra.
All right. Yeah, I think I will attempt to free Ssah'ra with the best status effect, which is dead. Ronald rolls a 24 to hit
That'll hit.
with an arrow. He's still got some magical archery here. Dang it! I closed the page on that book.
So how much damage?
Page 29. Okay. 4 points piercing damage and
And what?
let's go ahead and Let's see how spiders like being entangled and stuff.
Okay.
Actually, no. Bursting arrow.
Which does what?
Oh, actually, that's an AOE. I'm sorry. You know what? Let's throw this spider half into the Feywild. How about that? Charisma saving throw.
An 8.
That is going to fail. It is banished. Target speed is 0. Incapacitated at the end of its next turn. The target reappears in that space.
Okay, so Ssah'ra is no longer grappled as the target is banished to the Feywild. This square is the Feywild.
Cool.
There it is. You found it.
And then he's gonna take aim at the other one and take a shot.
Okay.
That's 19 on die.
That'll hit.
Plus 8, which is a lot. I can't math right now. Thanks, daylight savings time. 9 piercing damage.
Okay. And is Ronald staying put there?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Blue.
Okay.
Nazirr.
Well, he can't move, and Benny's the only one standing there.
Hello.
Benny,
Yes.
I have a 21 to hit. Oh, actually, no, I've got reach.
Oh, if you want to hit someone else with that.
No, I want to hit Benny.
Okay, 21 does hit.
21 does hit. How many spell slots do you have?
Me?
Yes.
1,
What level is it?
2.
This might get very bad. Benny,
Yeah.
you are grappled by the creature's claw.
Okay.
I should probably give you some damage. Sorry, I'm looking at 2 different things at once here.
Only if you want it.
13 points of slashing damage, and you're grappled by the thing's claw. In addition, roll a d4.
Sorry, how much damage was that? 13?
13.
Okay, D4. Up. 2.
2. Reduce your wisdom by 2 points.
I don't know how to do that on here. I just.
So just get a magic marker, and on your computer screen where your character sheet is, just scratch
That's what I
it.
do.
If you click on the ability score in D&D Beyond, it'll bring up the sidebar. Under the sidebar where it says override, you can override it there.
Oops, what have I done? Oh, no, that's correct. I think that's correct. Hold on. Benny, what was your wisdom beforehand?
Ssah'ra,
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a 23 to hit you.
It's got more than one attack.
Sahn,
Mm-hmm.
I have a 20 to hit
invisible.
you. Oh, Sahn's invisible.
20 would hit if you did roll it at
I
disadvantage.
do have to roll that at disadvantage. That's going to turn it into a 17 to hit Sahn.
That hits, exactly.
And I've got a 16 to hit Nazirr.
That does hit.
Okay.
What the hell are these things?
Benny, did you figure out how to reduce your wisdom?
Yeah, it took a second.
Keep a note that you can increase that back at some point. It's not gone forever, probably, but it does reduce your spell save and everything.
No,
All
it
right.
doesn't. I'm a charisma caster.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's a charisma caster in 5e.
Making sure I do this damage correctly. No, I didn't. Sorry about that. Well, what level spell slot was that? 2?
2.
2. Okay, I did this correctly. All right, Ssah'ra, I'm going to give you 8 points of fire damage. Sahn, I'm going to give you 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, and just so you remember, I do have spell slots if that's relevant.
Not at the moment, no, because it attacked
Okay.
Benny. And Nazirr, I'm going to give you 8 points of fire damage. So what happens is this spider lashes out with its claw, grabs hold of Benny. You see Benny wrench for a moment as the spider drains something through the claw at the end of its leg. At that point, the spider belches forth 3 scorching rays in 3 different directions.
Oh, that's cute.
And it still has a bite attack to use.
Do I check off that spell slot?
Yep, it's gone. Spider ate it.
That's all I have. That's all I had. I hope it was tasty.
Ate it and turned it into scorching rays.
I should have smited a painting.
As far as the... Oh, you're grappled, so I get to roll this at advantage. But it rolls at disadvantage because it's prone. Okay, that makes sense.
This
You brought the
combat is
That's a
bonkers.
15 to hit Benny with the bite.
No, that does not hit.
That does not hit. Good, because you have to make 2 saving throws against the bite, which is ridiculous.
I don't think we can do that.
Oh, no, you don't have to make 2 saving throws because you already failed the first one. You're already grappled. All right. Can you tell I'm running the monster out of the Tome of Beasts? They didn't playtest any of this. You get
shenanigans.
You
and
get an
it's like
appreciation for how well constructed the stat blocks are in the official books, right? And not this homebrew shit. All right.
Nazirr, please kill it.
It can't move, but it belched out scorching rays, and that's the end of its turn, finally.
Generally unpleasant.
Whew.
This is back.
Yeah, at the end of its turn, it comes back. Yep. So who's after
Yeah.
blue?
Nazirr followed by pink.
Okay. All right. We've had our hee-hees and we've had our ha-has.
The ho-hos are still to
Benedict.
come.
Yeah, the ho-hos are still to come. Yeah, I'm gonna need each of these spideroids to make a Constitution save throw. Yes, Constitution saving throw.
I have a 10 and a 20.
The 20 passes. The 10 fails.
I'll let you
They're
pick
gonna
which one
take-
passes.
The one that did not get banished passes.
I mean, they're both severely bloodied. And preemptively cut in half, which was fun.
6 points of necrotic damage and 3 if you 3 for the pass.
And that's enough. The 6 points is enough to kill it.
Benny, you can heal for a hit die and
Womp
add 4 to the
womp.
roll.
Womp womp. There are no hit dice.
Oh, well, shit.
No. Ssah'ra?
Is that it for Nazir's turn?
That's rock and heal.
Yeah, that's it for Nazir's turn.
Okay.
My dog's going ham sandwich. I'm sorry.
Gross. Who's next?
Pink.
Pink. Sidles over to the corner of the wall, clutching his wound that he has because he was stabbed. Who's next?
It's gonna be Nerium. Followed by Benny.
Okay.
Nerium, fix it.
Nerium is going to step here. And then she is going to use a 3rd level spell slot to cast Aid on the 3 fighters here.
Okay.
So plus 10 current and max hit points.
Do you need to be able to see your target?
Yeah, he is invisible. Let me double check that. If that is the case, I will just pick Nazirr instead.
I
Choose
believe
up to
it's
3
pronounced
targets.
invisible.
Choose up to 3 targets within range.
Okay, so you can target some.
Yes. So plus 10 to everybody's current and max, because that is upcasted.
Thank you.
And then bonus action, Fey teleport next to this man. I need a Wisdom saving throw from him, DC 15, or he is charmed. It does not say that he gets advantage if he is currently in
He's
in conflict with this.
immune to charm effects.
Okay, that's fine. Hi, how you doing?
Bad. I've
Hold
been
up.
stabbed.
I hold up the head. Yeah, not as bad as this guy. And I open my bag and show him.
He's horrified to see what's in your bag.
The screaming immediately starts.
Probably.
Both of them.
Okay.
The stabbed man is not. The painting man was not screaming. He's clutching his wound. Yeah, when you open the bag up, the screaming immediately starts. The shrieking happens. That it for Nerium?
The worst non-magical item.
Who's next?
Yeah, no kidding.
He's a creature, not an object.
All right,
Kill it, Benny.
Benny is gonna stab at the spidery thing.
Sure.
12.
12 will not hit.
Oh, let's try that again.
Roll better.
Ooh, 25.
That'll hit.
Roll harder.
Oh, I wish I could smite.
I wish you could smite too.
7
Roll-
slashing
roll-
damage.
Roll harder, daddy.
You said 7?
7.
7 is enough.
Oh, good.
As the half of a spider dies.
Treble, you took it too far.
All right, we can come off initiative now.
Well,
Can we?
Benny might not be off of initiative.
Yeah, Ssah'ra might not be off initiative.
This man's a non-combatant, so if you're going to kill him, it's just gonna happen. Like he can't fight
Benny
back.
immediately executes him.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Benny-
Ssah'ra was going to, but Benny beat her to it.
Oh, can I stop them?
Yeah, like Nerium's gonna stop you. Like, we need to know who hired him.
Ssah'ra is also going to execute him because we're not reliving the Sahn mistake from last time we were here.
I
That's
need to
kind
figure.
of worked on Benny's mind too. He's not calling it the Sahn mistake, but if this guy gets out, he's going to become a recurring villain.
Well, first, who hired you?
I serve the Queen of the Seas. I am her architect.
Does she have a name?
He nods, Lady Osprem.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Benny,
And then Nerium gets up and
Ssah'ra
walks away.
stabs him.
Benny lowers his sword.
Yeah, no, Ssah'ra stabs him in the chest with her spear.
Does anybody
Can I
want to
stop him?
Does anybody want to do anything else with this man before he's executed? What is Sahn's design here? What does Sahn want to accomplish?
I would like to know what the intent of the big spider was as opposed to the little spiders that we got.
Well, you didn't get 2 little spiders. You got 1 large spider that was bisected.
Right.
And
But like I stopped him from finishing the painting, so I wanted to know what he was trying to do before I stopped him.
he was told to come out here and paint a new guardian. The previous one had been killed.
There's going to be a giant spider that killed us.
So who told you to do that?
Hey, I receive visions, prayers.
Hallucinations. Gotcha.
I just want to go on my way and bind my wound. Return to
Yeah,
my
he's got-
work.
Are you all done?
Benny, who's
Well-
also bleeding, is gonna kind of lean on Nazirr and say,
But-
"I don't know what to think anymore."
Before Nerium walks to him, he says, "Well, I have good news for you, sir." And then I put my hand on Ssah'ra's shoulder and says, "You get to do something that all religious people absolutely enjoy. You get to die in service of your god. Go ahead, Ssah'ra."
So, question: if Ssah'ra uses her longsword, can she cut his head off?
So the first thing is I'm going to require a party majority that wants to execute this man to allow that
Yeah, okay.
to. So if I get 3 players that say that's what they want, is that what happens?
Don abstains.
I'm going to count an abstention as a no.
Sure.
So I got 2 in favor. That leaves the lovebirds over there.
Benny is having a crisis of faith. And in a moment of weakness, I think he's going to say yes.
Okay.
No, that's 3 in favor, so
So
doesn't
Ssah'ra,
matter what Nazirr says.
you're gonna.
Yes.
You were just gonna agree with me
Nerium
anyway.
steps forward and says, "You get to die for your god." And then Ssah'ra, you behead the architect.
She beheads the architect, and then she hands the head to Nerium and says, "For your collection."
This head does not start screaming immediately. He's dead.
It'll take a while. That
I
kicks
just-
in later.
I just daintily set it on the ground.
Oh wow, I'm having a lot is going through my head right now, and I'm like,
This guy set a giant spider on you. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm just like
No.
my brain is scrambly today, and I'm.
Was
not
there any
having
magic on either corpse?
No, but the easel, well, it used to be magic, and the paintbrush is fading away. It was a spell focus.
Oh, we killed Leonardo.
Yeah, that was his name.
Except a cleric, and not a warlock. Not a warlock.
Well, we
Pictomancer isn't out yet. Let's get out of here.
I got it.
So leave through the grease trap, back into the ocean, and swimming back to the Covenos. So zooming out, you guys can see how much of the dungeon you've got left. What do you guys think? One more visit at some point?
Yeah,
And I can
Maybe 2.
level up
Maybe.
all the crocodile men?
For sure.
All right.
We need to get. We need to.
Cleric's
We need to have Raz bone up on his religion.
Well, that's definitely something that's interesting here because Benny doesn't know what to think anymore. Like, he worships Osprem, and he's been fighting nothing but Osprem people.
Clearly, your god is unhappy with your knowledge of their religion.
Well,
He doesn't know where his power is even coming from at this point.
to reiterate, the reason you're in this tomb is because the secret to where Osprem's fork is guarded here. That's what Merlin Sam sent you to find.
Yeah.
So you came here initially knowing that you were grave robbing Osprem, ostensibly.
Yeah, but seeing it in practice is like
at the behest of a priest of Osprem.
I thought the whole
Yeah.
point of Osprem was that like the barracudas ate each other's heads. Like I thought this is what you do.
Osprem is very, survival of the fittest.
she
kinda.
is lawful neutral. I know that.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to wait for immigrant.com to load up so I can give you guys a Kovnos map.
The player doesn't know necessarily.
While that's happening, why don't I go ahead and drop the curtain here? We'll take a 15-minute break. Y'all can go ahead and get your coffee, get your bagel. Let's reconvene at about 4:45.
I'm gonna go get some donuts.
Donuts sound really
Oh,
good.
that does sound good.
I'm sorry, Nazirr, but he had to die. Otherwise, we're gonna have painters every time we come in here.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine the next thing he would have painted?
Well, I'm not I'm not gonna. I'm just really scrambly today, and
Lack of sleep.
It's daylight
Well,
savings. That's why.
well, I mean, also that, and also I'm getting a little mentally overwhelmed from everybody just going whole hog and stuff, and I'm like trying to follow different threads and having a very difficult time focusing right now. I'll be okay.
You're doing all right.
Mott has drawn some fan art, and we appreciate him.
Oh, happy. I love Mott's fan art.
Does anybody want to hear a funny story?
Go for it.
So there is a toddler that lives in my house, and
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so there's anyway. I went to the dollar store to get some ibuprofen, and they had a bin of balls, and one of them was covered in Spider-Man, and he liked Spider-Man, so I brought it back, and then I started singing the Spider-Man song, and I got to "Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man." And he said, "Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man," and then immediately dodgeball tossed this ball with perfect accuracy and hit his mother square in the face.
Amazing.
He was like, "Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man." Thunk.
I bet the
It was
mother
aw-
was thrilled about that.
Yeah, it was funny.
I
It
didn't
didn't hurt
actually
her.
realize you could buy like medicine at the dollar store.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good.
Nothing like
Well, I mean,
pharmacy.
for things like Tylenol, I mean, like $1 probably gets you what, like 100?
I bought 500 for $8.
That's a great deal. That's like Costco prices.
It's actually a little high because you can get the same size bottle at Walmart's like $5.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi, McDohl. How are you?
Hello.
Still scrambly, but I'll be okay.
I'm gonna let you guys decide what to do with the coral amongst yourself because otherwise I'm gonna do something stupid with it, and none of us want that.
I think a shield for Nazirr is a really good investment of it.
So the part of the problem is I can't carry metal equipment, so that locks me out of a lot of armor.
So I actually researched that because I thought that there might be options, and apparently it's not a hard rule, but it's a soft hard rule.
You can just make a wooden shield, though.
I already have a wooden shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, now we're gonna make him a wooden shield with +1 coral. So
Yeah.
like apparently like half plate exists that's made of other materials, but like it's the same sort of situation. Like who knows the knowledge to how to like work that? You don't just go to the corner market and get half plate made of myconid shell. Or whatever.
Jeannie knows how.
Jeannie knows all sorts of things. Actually, she's right here in this room, isn't she? Where's Ennui?
Y'all threw her out in the ocean.
She's over here. Well, her marker was here last time we did the dungeon.
Yeah, she's probably gotten up and walked away by now.
Yeah, almost certainly. She's gonna come back for the next person that dies. Oh, that reminds me. Does Nerium still have Benny's bandana?
I don't know. Probably. I guess. I don't know.
Benny will ask for that back.
Sure.
That promise has been fulfilled.
I don't remember what the promise was.
He explains that right here when we were climbing up this thing, he tied a bandana on you to as a promise that
You would never flood the earth again.
And also because that part of your elbow kept banging against the wall when him and Sahn were carrying it up here. He didn't want it to chip.
Is that why there's a little dent in my elbow now?
Benny's face goes wet as a sheet.
Bought chocolate donuts.
I just dropped my dryer lint into my basket of clean clothes.
Oh no.
They're dirty.
You must wash them again.
That's a galaxy brain move right there.
Yeah, not my finest moment.
What is your finest moment?
You know what? I'm going to go with completing Metal Gear Solid 2 on hard mode. And winning that Metal Gear Ray fight. That was pretty sweet.
You gotta let it go, man. It was years ago. It's in the past.
Wow.
Move on.
Listen to this cat. Ask about my finest moment, then immediately invalidates it.
We're Rejected.
Then he's like,
That's what friends do. They lift each other up.
So, how far back am I allowed to go to look for my finest moment?
80 minutes.
80 minutes.
That's all the space we have on the SSD.
I mean, I ate a Pringle. That was pretty good. I did that in the last 80 minutes.
You know, that is pretty high up there. Acceptable.
I mean, you did take the piss out of me when I was not stone shaping, but earth elementaling my way through the walls, and
I didn't take the piss
down.
out of you. What are you talking about?
Consequences of your own actions.
You moved into a room where there was a monster.
I genuinely was very upset when that happened. I was like, oh, yet another opportunity for my character's fiance to die.
That's okay. I fixed it.
You did.
Naz is going to outlive Benny for sure.
Probably.
That's
if we're being completely
That's a
honest.
conversation that Benny would like to have on the way back, and it's basically going to be, he's going to ask the party, am I just too nice?
A little bit, yeah.
Seem about the appropriate amount of nice for a human to me. Or elf, humanoid.
He's on Ssah'ra's side here. Like, that could have been prevented if we just attacked. And he's a little torn up with that.
Humans and
Well, we
elves are
lived.
basically the same.
Well, we lived. I mean, there's not much we can do beyond that, just except make it so we live, and we did. So, water under the bridge.
Yep. So we gotta. We were talking about like Brickrow. We were talking about like making like what materials you could make like plate mail out of that's not metal, so druids could wear them. And and I said, Jeannie knows how to do that. Because she'd have to have a special kind of wood that probably doesn't grow on this plane of existence, but she could do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
that's right. They're like silver bow or whatever.
Wood steel's not a thing here.
Wood steel, yeah. No, I was like, I think Chris and I are already gonna get into gonna have to go rounds about using this for a weapon for Ssah'ra rather than a shield for Nazirr, and it's like,
All right, so I'm
for
going to
Ssah'ra,
need each of
the
you.
AC is this- Mhm.
Going to need each of you to present a PowerPoint presentation indicating the pros and cons of selecting you as the recipient of the magic coral.
I will do that on Nazir's behalf. I have 32 slides prepared.
If they just all say Nazirr is the best.
In
then
Morse
they'll, like-
code.
Yeah, there you go. You can't read Morse code.
No. Sex can't.
Yeah,
Sex can't what?
Oh God.
X can't.
That's what he called it.
The hypothetical.
Thieves can't. Thieves can't. Instead of thieves can't, it's sex can't.
Yeah.
The hypothetical like language they would have taken if they had a free slot. Sex can't.
I would only accept that as an argument if you're going to use the coral to make. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
I was waiting. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
Super don't.
This is where we get the gif of the EMT just shaking his head.
No.
Anything
So,
is magic coral if you're brave enough.
Yeah. So I posted a picture from Persona 3 Reload of the 5th block of Tartarus. And if you scroll up a little bit, and that's basically what everything Nerium paints that's not trying to be realistic. Like, if it's just, that's what it looks like, basically.
All rainbows and checkers. It's the worst.
The most garish.
I hate that level of the dungeon because it's all narrow and I can't see anything.
It is very difficult to see things in that. Like, everything, like, it's like that visual camouflage that they use on ships where they the checkerboards.
And like the game acknowledges that, like, your characters are like, wow, it's so hard to see things. Watch out. And then I think at some point they're like, is it like this on purpose? And I'm like, yeah, it is, you guys.
Raz, I could do you one better. I hate every part of that dungeon.
Yeah, that's fair. It's not the best designed dungeon. I'm not gonna. I'm not
like
trying to defend
you
it.
get into Tartarus and you're like, oh, I'm about to hit floor 100, and then like surely we're close to the end. Nope.
Yeah, your characters say that like floor 100. That's a number that would normally be significant.
So
And
there's
it's
And that's
not.
it.
80 floors total in Like a Dragon, which I just played. I did all 80.
In the Millennium Tower.
No, in there's like there's a dungeon in Hawaii and there's a dungeon in Japan that's just like, oh, this building's been abandoned and now people are getting lost in there, and also the floors are different every time you go in. It's weird.
It's the goddamn Chrysler building.
Oh God, not the Chrysler.
Yeah, you know what? That's the better comparison, because that's how the floors. There's hallways and there's rooms. You just like walk through this grid. But it was more engaging than Tartarus ever was.
Tartarus is significantly better in Reload, but the bar was pretty low to begin with, so it's not like let's say it's 100% better, but still like it's still 10% as good as a Persona 5 Royal.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, the bar's pretty high now because Persona 5 is out. That's
But
the
yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Those dungeons are still better by leaps and bounds.
But like
they're not randomized.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think the floors in Tartarus are randomized anymore in their layouts. I mean,
I bet you could take you could probably build a pretty sweet dungeon that looks a bit like a Persona 5 dungeon with randomization if you were careful.
You could.
It wouldn't be easy.
yeah.
There's like 6 tiles, and any permutation of those tiles can show up.
So like the added terrain features in Reload definitely does help a lot, but again, the bar was very low because it was literally just straight square corridors in Persona 3.
It
But
kind of is still that. Like they're all tiles.
I know there are tiles, but they curve and they're weird T shapes and all that kinds of
They
stuff.
do
Yeah.
weird shit,
Yeah.
Who are we still
there's
waiting on? Do we have
faces
everybody
the
back?
wall. Chris?
I'm here.
Okay. I think it's everybody.
Brick's like, I'm done talking about Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the.
I have
Purple
to.
and I'll just talk about it for hours after we're done.
Yeah, you guys talk about it on Discord in your own little private chat. Why do you have to inflict it on us?
Well, let me see what the last thing Treble said to me was. Oh.
I'll bet it
It
was
was a
about
gif of-
Persona.
It was a gif of somebody's eyes burning out after I said, "Wow, I know you said Area 5 was an eyesore, but I was not prepared." So yes.
Okay, and that is enough.
You know what game
Crisis
has
Core
good
while waiting.
dungeons?
Not Crisis Core, I'll tell you that much.
Final Fantasy 1 Renaissance.
There are dungeons
What do you mean?
in Final Fantasy 1?
Yeah.
I love first. Okay, so Mott's posted some art, and I love how he keeps drawing Ssah'ra as an
Who, the
actual
snakehead?
snake wearing a wig.
I like this. I
I've
like
never read
this.
it, so-
I like this Nerium art that's happening right now. This is really good. Nerium,
Oh, yeah, I wanna
why?
click on this.
Here's back. ACF canvas. I did do that. Oh no.
This is a thing you did.
You having a bad day? Yes, not as bad as this guy. Let's try to cheer him up.
Oh, we need to figure out a better way to
I have
like
to save
display
all
this to the viewers at home, because these are delightful.
Those are good. Yeah, I don't have a way to put them on stream right now.
Oh no.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Sorry.
Plus, there are also like sketchy line arts that might not show up very well on a tablet.
ACF canvas.
Needed to get rid of all the excess dungeon
All the-
fluff that was floating
all the-
around.
All the
Yeah.
craft. Yeah.
Nice new clean table.
Look at this shit-eating grin that she has.
It is. It's amazing.
So good. Not as bad as this guy.
Notice that she has the tattoo given to her.
Yeah. Although it's on my wrist.
Oh, it's on
isn't
her
it?
shoulder. I thought it was on her wrist. Yeah.
Oh, maybe
No,
that's
I think
maybe that's an unrelated tattoo.
No,
Yeah.
that's the.
No,
Oh.
I think that's it.
I don't think I described the tattoo, but yeah, this the of the cord.
Well,
of
it's on
the
your
silver
shoulder
dragon.
now.
It's like a silver dragon like insignia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
It's Faye. It just migrates.
So, what was our take on the treasure for everybody?
Yeah. Let's shake that.
There's a
out.
lot of treasure to divvy up because we have to get some items identified too.
Do you want to do the identifications now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should hire someone in the Covenants to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. What does that cost? 100.
Let's get the treasure squared away first.
Okay. I actually have some shopping requests.
Let's see. Cost of hiring a spellcaster in 5e.
Did none of us have the access to identify?
It's like 25 gold.
We have
per
access to it. We don't have.
level.
If we want to get the ship involved.
We have multiple people who would have to cast it from a scroll.
I mean,
Which
so we just buy 2
is
scrolls.
worse.
Then we don't have to get somebody.
The scroll requires you to consume the pearl.
Yeah.
Isn't the price wrapped up in the cost of the scroll? The price of the pearl. I mean.
No, you have to.
But the
provide
price,
any...
the pearl isn't normally consumed by the spell.
Yeah.
So you'd be paying for however many pearls.
Oh, I see. Okay. You just need a pearl.
Where is that in Xanathar's? Let's see.
Should we just buy an identify pearl?
We
Have it?
all of our spellcasters who have identifier on their list have limited spell reports.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have a focus.
Like Nerium and I both only know X number of spells.
Right, but I mean,
That-
if we have the pearl handy, we can just go buy scrolls of identify.
To be fair, like I have basically asked myself every time, should I get identify? And then the response, the thing I keep coming back to is, no, that would be useful.
Nerium would never do anything useful.
Dude, Nerium's done quite a bit that's useful.
Don't tell her that; she'll stop.
Such as intimidate a guy by showing him a head. In the bag.
Let's see.
I thought it was in the PHB, but I don't see it here.
Yeah, services. Some of the most bad services. For example, wizard might pay wizard paying a carpenter, Bart. Other spellcasting services. People who are able to cast spells don't fall in the category of ordinary hirelings. Might be possible to find someone who's willing to cast a spell in exchange for coin or favors. It's rarely easy and no established pay rate exists. Come on, game.
Okay. There's not a material component spell to the spell because it's not consumed.
Oh, hiring someone to cast a relatively common spell of first or second level, such as Cure Wounds or Identify, is easy enough in a town or city, and might cost 10 to 50 gold pieces plus the cost of any material components.
Who's doing this hiring?
I mean, Benedict's interested in both these items, so he would pay for it.
I don't remember what we have that needs to be identified.
We have the Holy Symbol of Ostrom, a potion that bubbles and steams.
That's right.
Potion
The
filled with orange flickering liquid and a large blue sapphire.
So, let me open up the notes here. I'll say you can hire somebody to cast Identify for 25 gold. It's a level 1 spell, doesn't consume anything.
We have them cast it 4 times.
Yeah, if you pay them 4 times.
Okay.
Do we get a bulk discount? Can I negotiate a bulk discount?
You cannot.
So that's
Treble, your intrusive thoughts are very vexing. Please
That was-
stop.
That wasn't an intrusive thought. That was
It
me trying
sounded
to.
like it.
That was me trying to save us a little money.
All right, go down the list. What are the items you're identifying?
Okay. So 1 large blue sapphire that is magical.
Is an elemental gem that will summon an air elemental. Use an action to break a gem. It works as though you had cast the Conjure Elemental spell. The gem is lost, and you get an air elemental to play with.
Oh, we have that, but salt.
Yeah, we do.
You've got a couple of elemental friends hanging out in the wings. What else you got?
A potion filled with orange flickering liquid.
Is a potion of fire breath.
Do you want me to carry the elemental gem?
I think that's a good idea. Ssah'ra or I could take the fire breath.
What else you got?
Holy Symbol of Ostrom, 2 Barracuda wrapped around a tine.
Folds out into an
Yes.
anchor, if I recall correctly.
It turns into an egg.
Yes. Bear with me one moment.
Benny likes this because it looks cool. Hopefully it helps him.
The thing I wrote in my notes is not the actual name of the magic item, so I had to double check the actual name of the magic item. And also, the name of the magic item is not the name I'm going to tell you. I had to reskin it. Okay. This is a Qual's Feather token
Okay.
that uses the anchor ability. So use an action to touch the token to a boat or a ship, and for the next 24 hours, the vessel cannot be moved by any means.
Okay, cool.
Sounds really useful.
Yeah.
When the effect ends, the token disappears.
Benny would like to hang on to that, but isn't beholden to that. What else? Oh, right here. There's a potion that bubbles in steam.
Yeah. Is a potion of heroism. So you drink that, you get the bless spell for 1 hour, requiring no concentration.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So how do we want to divvy that up? So it's
Uh,
100 gold split 5 ways.
I just deducted it from the total coin.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. 6 ways.
Yeah.
What was the holy symbol?
That was the it's called Qual's Feather token, but it's actually
Okay.
like an Osprum's Barracuda token. Basically, you affix that to a hull of a ship and it can't move for 24 hours, then the thing vanishes. Any other shopping or treasure we want to take care of before we jump back into Covenus here?
I do,
How
I
much
just wanna
coin
see
is
how much
everyone
money
getting?
We have.
How much coin are we getting?
So this says
Hello?
yes.
We hear
He's
you.
doing the math.
He's figuring out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let him work.
567 gold, 8 silver, 8 copper.
That's including the Furblog.
Yes, I split it 6 ways.
Yep.
Yep,
you're
So
supposed-
that is 528 copper, 2,000 silver. Oh shit! Hold on, I have a mistake. 1,352 gold, 52 platinum, 200 GP gems, 4 gems and 100 GP each, a 30 GP plate, 30 platinum, and 3,000 silver pieces. So the number changed. It is now 551 gold, 2 silver, 1 copper.
Sir, I have an IOU here for 100 gold I would like back.
I'll get it back to you when I have time.
One more time, please, because my head just went all over the place.
So gold 551,
Thank you.
silver 2,
Mhm.
copper 1.
Thank you so much.
Make
I
sure you write down that one
apologize.
copper piece. That's important. Important to know that you have
I
that.
did.
Considering how many copper pieces we throw down random holes.
Yeah. Benny would like to go. I want to look for like magical trinkets of like common nature.
You can do PHB shopping right now for free.
Yes.
Yep. Doing that.
Magical trinkets
Oh.
are not PHB shopping.
Replacing
okay.
replacing my rope and bolts and torches and
Yeah,
rations and whatnot.
that's the kind of stuff you can do for free right now. I want to get that. I want to get the busy work
Yep.
done.
Okay.
Yep.
I need to look through.
Can I just go ahead and erase my long rest notes? Or we're gonna need to deal with anything before our next rest.
You haven't taken any rest yet. This is you guys
Okay.
got back to the Covenus and you did some bookkeeping. You cashed in your gold. You hired the guy to cast Identify. Nobody's taken a rest yet.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
News in the Covenus as you guys are going about your chores, getting your shopping done, getting your gold taken care of. Actually, let's resolve this now, because I don't know that Ssah'ra gets much of a say in this. If I get 3-party votes, because Ssah'ra doesn't get her gold until it's handed to her, right? So I'm gonna let the party vote on whether or not Ssah'ra has to pay that debt back to Sahn right now.
Yes, she does. That's Benny's vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so Ssah'ra. They're not gonna give you your portion of the golds unless you agree to pay back Sahn. So it looks like your options right now are to pout about it or.
She will begrudgingly pay it.
All right,
back.
I'll hand you back the IOU.
Okay.
Contracts are important.
So the debt is paid. Just the reason for that is, Ssah'ra, you didn't have the gold in your pocket. You had to change it out and cash in a bunch of treasure and get silver changed over. He's like, from now on, I'm going to loot my portion while I'm in the dungeon. Except all the gold he loots is a mimic.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the news in the Covenants. As you guys are going about doing your chores, there was a minor explosion upon the Silver Fin, which is anchored out at sea. The Silver Fin is the Southling vessel of Hashmal Legrato.
Yeah.
They think it was a magical effect launched from shore. Wasn't major damage. The ship is not scuttered or anything like that. Kind of just a slap across the man's face. And there's a lot of discussion in the Covenants about who is responsible and who did it. And general consensus seems to be it was an agent of Marivold Trastyova.
That's the Golden Claw, right?
That's the Golden Claw. Yep. So that's the news. That's what's happened in like the previous day while you guys were out dungeon delving.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
So did you guys have an idea of what you wanted to do as a group, or should I go ahead and take down like afternoon actions? Or do you want to retire for a day and take a rest?
I mean, if we were...
Oh, go ahead.
If we retire for a day, are we going to have to immediately go back to the ship?
Well, you can like sleep in the Covenants and see what tomorrow brings.
Okay. I'm okay to not take a rest.
It's my intention to run out the rest of this Covenant story on this visit. I'm not going to leave all this dangling here. Mm-hmm. So no, if you take a rest, you're not sacrificing the Covenant story.
Okay.
I feel like
Benny
we need a
wants
rest.
to do a task, like just look for that magical item. But other than that, I have nothing pressing.
So looking for what?
I'm looking for just a thing that I saw in Xanathar's to just give to Nazirr as a gift.
Are you going to do that while they're resting?
I'm not going to do that in place of resting. Benny needs to rest.
Okay.
But if we have like an evening action or whatever.
Searching for magic costs money and magic
It
items
takes a week.
and takes a downtime. Yeah.
For 100 GP item?
Yes.
Yeah, the common.
Even the common ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, common are 50 gold and 1 week.
So go ahead and take the benefits of the long rest.
We'll do that when I come back next time.
So you'll each get half your hit dice back.
Which I definitely need. How many more lay on hands points do I have?
Sleeping in town or sleeping on the boat? For each of you.
Town.
Mom's boarding house, I think.
Okay.
Ssah'ra will just sleep in town.
Nerium, what about you?
Nerium would probably do what she always does, which is go knock on this over here and ask them if she can sit the night out on top of the watchtower with them.
So you start your night sitting on top of the watchtower there. But after a moment, after an hour or two, they turn you out because they just cannot stand the whimpering from your bag anymore. It's just very unsettling.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Miriam.
Okay, so before that, like I legitimately forgot. It was the break. I like the player forgot about it.
We literally just like the first thing we did after we came back is we admired that mod art of Nerium flashing the severed head.
I forgot.
To the guy that we killed.
I was thinking about other things than the severed head. I'm
So,
sorry.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get a long rest with the severed head. It's going to interrupt your long rest unless you do something about it.
Okay. Nerium is going to Nerium is going to go to the flea market. When she arrives in town, she's going to go to the flea market. She's going to purchase 2 fine boxes. Like, spend, I don't know, 50 gold on the boxes.
50 gold. Okay.
Yeah, like, we're talking, like, nice boxes.
You get an ornate box.
2 of them.
Two ornate boxes.
So 25 gold apiece.
Sure.
And then she is going to write a note that says, please take care of this. And then she's going to put the head in it, and she's going to have it ask somebody to deliver it to Merlin Sahn.
Okay.
And then she is going to take the other box, and then she is going to put the 2 floppy boneless hands in them, and she's going to pay somebody to deliver it to the Golden Claw. With no note,
Okay.
no context, just floppy boneless hands.
So 25 gold for the boxes. We'll say 1 gold for the runner.
Sure.
2 run. Well, no, I'm going to say 4 gold for the Merlin Sam runner because he's going to have to go underwater.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so 55 gold.
So did you sign the note?
Like, basically, Nerium was gonna the TLDR is please take care of this undead head, put it out of its misery. But like, basically, she'll explain. You know, he was in the dungeon, former adventurer.
All right. You know what?
Seems to be.
Go ahead and take your long rest. You're sending you're sending unsolicited mail to my NPCs. You're harassing my
Yeah, that might be
head.
a federal crime, actually.
You know what's funny about this is that in like 100 years, when Benny does get 25,000 gold and pays for this guy's true resurrection, nothing will happen, and Nerium will have trolled him 100 years down the line.
Nerium, you just made things way worse.
I mean,
Always does.
That's Nerium's like.
MO.
That's Nerium's,
I
like,
promise
sexual preference
Treble is
making
not
things-
conspiring with me to make the situation worse. He just has these chaotic ideas that I'm able to incorporate perfectly into what I've already written.
okay, listen.
It's like there's a 6-fingered hand.
Would you guys rather
You know,
I kept the boneless jelly hands and brought them out for the remainder of the campaign?
no.
I just
No, you don't.
randomly,
Never need to hear
or,
option two.
or got rid of them now? Or would you rather I kept the whimpering head for the remainder of the campaign, or got rid of it now?
You could do both. Get rid of both things.
The 5 of you awake to some commotion the next morning after a restful sleep. There seems to be some to-do. One of the Southlings has come ashore in a belligerent state. I'm going to put him on the map here and let you guys tell me where you would like to witness this from, if at all. We're going to make him green. I think green's a good Southling color. What do you say?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go with that.
Purple. No, that's Destil's color. Never mind.
So we got a green man over here.
Over by Mom's boarding house. Looks like
I
it.
see. Yeah.
So yeah, in front of the boarding house, you've got this like gangplank going up onto... This ship has a name. I always forget what it is.
The damned minnow.
The Damned Minnow. It is. That's correct. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Going
I
up
love
to the
this
minnow.
place.
So, yeah, there's this gangplank that goes up to... there's several around town. But this one coming out in front of the boarding house. A Southling man is standing there, an elderly gentleman. Clean cut, but with white hair and white beard. Wearing polished plate. Wearing his fine colors and plumes.
Is he wearing damn, his name just vanished out of my head because you said it, and now it's gone. I'm sorry.
Grotto?
Legrotto, thank you.
Yes,
Is
it's
it-
definitely one of
is it
Legrotto's
Legrotto's
retainers.
colors?
And people are just kind of milling about watching the spectacle as this man is shouting in the direction of the minnow for the golden hand to come out and face his challenge, to answer for his insult. I will see you bleed, sir. All this kind of like ridiculous Southling honorisms. This guy thinks he's going to challenge the Golden Claw to a duel.
Did my
The stuff Nazirr took when he was getting challenged for the audacity of buying a spell component.
did my package that went to Sam's like get diverted to the Legrado?
You have no idea what happened to it. You gave a man 4 gold and it vanished from your view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how runners work.
Sorted.
You're not going to get a receipt on delivery.
The mail, the mail system in this place is just atrocious.
Look, I'm saying next time we do a campaign, we should all start out as male postal inspectors.
That's a great idea.
I have like 8 campaigns that I'm dying to run. One of them is just running a campaign out of the Acquisitions Inc. book, where you're running an adventuring group like a business.
The franchise?
Yeah. That book is actually excellent, by the way. I was skeptical that it was going to be any good, but when I got a copy of it, I actually really enjoyed going through it.
Yep.
But that's like one of the 8 campaigns that I'm dying to run, so who knows if we'll ever get to it. In the meantime, yeah, you've got this elderly knight. I say elderly, I mean he's old, but he's in great physical condition. This man, if he's in his 60s, but I mean he's toned, he's standing with his back is straight.
You wearing like full plate?
He's wearing plate, yes, full plate.
Okay.
Yes.
Which means all one of these guys has to do is reach over and shove him into the water. Like, he's completely oblivious to where he's standing. That's the vibe.
Yeah, Nazir's letting his breakfast settle on the from Mom's Sporting House, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
This man is just crying ineffectual. The gist is, he believes that the Golden Claw, or one of his people, has attacked his lord's vessel, and that Trastiovi should come out and answer for it.
This is about the... Nerium whispers to Nazirr, this must be about that explosion. We should probably check on Penelope.
Indeed, we should.
You guys don't want to watch what happens?
I mean,
I'm very interested to see what happens to this man for calling out Trastiova.
So is Nerium going to go off and...
No, I'm...
You're saying after this plays out.
Yeah, after this plays out. Like, if Nerium had a spell that summoned popcorn, she'd be passing it out.
Great.
You don't have create food?
I mean, I could at least... well, shit, no, she can't send a return message with Animal Messenger.
Eventually, not Trastiova himself, but one of his Leonin minions. Leonin is the race he is. He's a humanoid lion person. But he has a couple of minions who are also Leonins. One of which comes out onto the deck. Grizzled man wearing an eye patch. His mane tied back behind his head. Steps up to the deck, puts one of his feet up on the banister, leans out, says, "Oi! Is this yours?" And he flings a boneless, 6-fingered rubber hand at the man's feet.
Nerium lets out a bark of laughter. What is what she says?
The knight looks down, obviously doesn't recognize it, and looks back up. "You would cause further insult to the house of Legrotto. Is your master too coward to come out and face me himself?" Laying it up on the deck. 200 pieces of gold to the man who shoves him in the water. At which point, everybody's going to come forth and try to shove this man into the water. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have everybody roll initiative. I'm going to put 2 everybody's here. I'm going to put 2 back here. I'm going to put 1 in the boarding house. All it's going to take is 1 successful shove action to push this guy into the drink, and he's wearing plate armor, so that's death. And all of these everybody's here are going to want to cash in on this.
Was it the gold? Because I can't never remember his name. It's very complicated. The Golden Claw, was he the one?
Trastiova.
Was Trustyover the one that said that, or was someone?
One of his
That was
minions.
one of his
minions.
I think Golden Claw has yet to appear in person in this campaign.
I thought we saw him hang some people.
Oh, you did. He did hang some people. Yeah. No, this is just one of his buccaneers. Come out to. Did you send us his goddamn hand? What's wrong with you, loser?
I feel like I'm gonna ruin the Golden Claw's life without ever meeting him. At this rate.
Here's what I'm gonna do. There, I'm gonna give him 5 chances to shove this guy in the water, and I'm not saying you have to save this knight, like. But there's my initiative. Who's at the top of my order?
Looks like Ssah'ra's at the top of the order.
So
Followed
Ssah'ra,
by Nazirr.
I was trying to figure something out here.
you've got 5 everybody's, all of which want to cash in on this 200 gold. But it's going to require a successful shove action to push him in the water. And this man's pretty strong. So it's not going to be that easy, I guess.
Yeah,
But
but
you're
Ssah'ra's
up, you're up
pretty
first. I mean, if
Alright.
Ssah'ra wants to shove him, he's probably going in.
I think Ssah'ra has met her murder quota for the day.
That wasn't
Really? There's a quota?
that wasn't murder. That was an execution.
This is true. Good point. Let's not show that.
Okay.
That sounds like the kind of
So if you're not going to shove him in, the question then becomes: are you going to prevent any of these guys from doing it?
She's going to grab the knight and yank him away from the edge.
So you're going to grapple him?
Doc.
Yeah, that's going to be an opposed strength check. You've only got to beat an 8.
Oh, well, I rolled a 9, so 14.
So which square would you like to move him to?
If I want to move him away from the edge.
I mean, you can
This
move him.
square?
You can move him to any adjacent square that's also adjacent to you,
Yeah.
because you're grappling him
It's going to yank him over here
against the wall.
and tell him, if you're going to challenge somebody, don't be a dumbass and stand next to the water when you do it.
He shouts, "Unhand me, vile creature! I'll deal with you after Trastyovan lies dead at my feet." And he gives you this disgusted look that you always get from Southlings because you're a hideous snake creature.
I think Ssah'ra is actually probably very, very pretty, just with the snake
The,
under.
the,
She's
the
not-
top half of her is fine. It's the bottom half that's unsettling. And Ssah'ra, is that in your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Unless you can drag him, yeah.
I'm looking at the picture.
Well, where do you want to drag him to?
Staking him.
Because you do still have some movement. You can move him around.
Can she drag him around the corner to behind Benny?
Yeah, you can get him back there. You've got enough movement. You took 2 steps to get forward, 3 steps to get down there. And then what square do you want him in becomes the question.
That one.
And the whole time, like he's pulling against you, and the old man's strong. This is a beefy man. But the whole time he's shouting for you to unhand him and casting yuan-ti derision in your direction. But yeah, you managed to drag him back, so he's no longer in danger of being pushed off in one go.
She's trying to tell him to calm down for what good it does, and that'll be her turn.
Who's next?
Next up is Destil. Sahn.
You can remove Sahn from the initiative. He literally does not care.
Sahn is just standing here and
I don't care about the Golden Claw versus the Southlings. Let me know when either of them is relevant to my life.
Nazirr.
Like, I don't like either of them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What did Trustyova's man do when Ssah'ra pulled him back away from the?
He's watching with great interest and amusement. But he's still perched up on the edge of the ship.
Casting detect thoughts, targeting him.
Okay.
What's his surface thoughts?
He's just really loving watching this play out. His surface thoughts are great amusement. I mean, he gets a whiz save if you want to go deeper than that. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I think I have to think that that took my action. I'm gonna have to take an action to go deeper on him if I want to.
Okay. Are you moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
All right. Who's next?
After Nazirr is going to be one of the white people.
All right.
The white
Rando.
This one's not going to approach Ssah'ra because she's getting a reputation here. But, I mean, he kind of crosses his arms. Says, "What are you doing? There's 200 gold to be had."
Idiot, if you kill a man here, you get hung.
Who's next after the white token?
Benny, followed by another white token.
Benedict, also being an elderly man who's wearing full plate and strong, steps back from the situation and says, "Don't look at me. I'm not the one you want." And then he wants nothing else to do with the situation, so he will join Sahn off the initiative.
All right. Who's next?
He got 2 white tokens.
Okay. Okay, this one's going to try to grapple the man away from Ssah'ra. Not going to do anything. Give me a post strength check. Maybe you'll roll less than the 3 that I rolled.
No, it's a 21.
Okay, so yeah, he grabs onto the man's arm, trying to pull him away from you. The man is. This is turning into a cluster. Who's next?
That was, you got another white token, then Nerium.
Nerium says a little bit too loudly. So my intention is to maybe roll a deception. But she says this a little bit too loudly. She says, "So 50 gold that whoever does push him in gets immediately hung, so they don't have to pay the 200 gold."
Wait, what?
Basically, she's trying to convince the crowd that doing this would. They're not going to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to just bring them up on charges, so they don't have to pay the 200 gold.
And you don't. So Nerium doesn't believe that that's true.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Ssah'ra believes it's true.
Hard to say whether it's true. The question is, does Nerium believe it's true?
Right. Does the crowd find Nerium sexually attractive?
Some number of them do. Whatever relevant bonus you get, I'll give you half of it.
Oh, it would be an advantage. It
Roll-
would be advantage.
Roll half of advantage.
What's half of advantage?
Just do it. Don't question
Roll
it.
a die 4 times and take 2 of them. But not the best and not the worst.
Take the middle ones.
Take the middle 2.
Roll once and apply a +5.
Oh, okay. That'd be 25 then.
Okay. Yeah, after Nerium says that, some of the crowd begins to disperse. So we have 3 PCs who don't want this guy to go in the drink and 2 who don't care. So I'm going to pull him off of initiative then. I'll say you have the crowd under control, and it's clear that the PCs don't want this knight to go for a swim. And by the time the crowd does disperse and get back under control, the man kind of angrily wrenches his arm away from Ssah'ra. The minion up on the vessel has gone back below deck. Nazirr, are you going to stay in his head?
Yeah, I want to find out if this man knows anything about the explosion.
Okay. He becomes aware that you're in there if you go deeper, does he not?
Yes, he does.
And
I
what's
thought it was only if you passed the save.
It's a wisdom save, is that correct?
It is a wisdom save, yes.
I have a 15.
Either
on-
way, the target knows that I'm probing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he pushes me out.
So 15 passes and pushes you out?
Yeah.
Okay. So he spends a second as he's turning to leave looking around the area, but then he goes back below.
Can I Nah, no, never mind.
So the
I
knight,
think.
at this point, you kind of diffuse the situation. You stand in the way of honor. He's kind of admonishing all of you, but he's no longer making any motion to move back towards the ship. He's demanding an explanation of you.
We stand in the way of Trustee Ova making a meal of your face.
As I could best trust Yova if there were two of them and you tied one hand behind my back.
That's fine, but Trustyova's not going to come out here and fight you. He's just going to have some idiot push you in the water and then get hung.
And the idiot standing here says, I resent that.
Well, it's better you resent than resemble.
Nerium goes, damn, that's a good line.
I mean, it took me a second to process it, but yeah, that was all right.
That was a good one.
The knight's mouth hands open as though he's going to put forth another admonishment. Then he closes it and he looks and you get this sense on his expression that he's kind of taking in his surroundings for the first time. Yes, I suppose I see the sense in that.
I mean, unless you can breathe underwater or can swim in your plate mill.
You look for honor in a den of pirates. You'll find very little of it here.
He looks you up and down.
Benny.
He looks Nazirr up and down. I certainly would not expect to find it within an orc.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Nothing makes sense this far north in these waters.
Then why don't you turn your ass back south?
My lord's honor is at stake. There's been an attack. And he begins to describe the attack, as though this is the first you're hearing of it. He speaks to you all using very small words, basically. He's way up on a high horse. But yeah, it's tale as old as time. His lord has been attacked. He came out to defend his lord's honor.
How does he describe the attack?
They don't know exactly what happened. They became aware of a magical explosion on the ship. When they went up to investigate, they think the magic was cast from the shore.
You think?
I don't doubt that the Golden Claw attacked you, but what proof do you have?
What proof do I need? The man is a villain.
Yeah, but it could be anybody that wants to.
Everybody here's a villain.
Like,
he's noticed.
You're not. Nerium is like, you're not. Her brain is short circuiting with like how dumb this man is. She's like, you're not. He could. This is. Like, and then she just puts her hands in her hands in her face, and then she shakes her head and she walks away.
Okay, so Nerium leaves.
She walks away, goes to my son.
The man explains that the villain, Trustjova, stands in opposition, physical and violent opposition, if need be, or so he has heard, from the mouth of his young lady, Legratto's wife. So Penelope has told them that there was an attack on the boat. Must have been the Golden Claw. That's his proof.
Well, that's very credible proof indeed.
Considering she is the Never Captain.
He says, far be it from me to question the word of my lady.
No, she has a reputation for an honest lady as well. If she speaks it must be true.
I admit I do not know my lady well, but I agree, and I appreciate your espousing her virtue.
If you wish to get revenge on the Golden Claw for this attack, you're going to have to be smarter.
It's not a question of revenge, it is a question of honor. And he cranes his neck back up and shouts back at the ship. If the man had a shred of any, he would come out and face me.
Your honor means nothing.
He doesn't have any. He's an honorless coward. You're not going to get to him like that.
In my professional opinion, I call all pirates, buccaneers, and miscreants to be dishonorable cowards. The whole lot of you.
There's like a cheer, like you just hear like a cheer off in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, people are laughing. They love this guy. Like, did we get a new jester? He's great.
You know what, friend? I think you need a drink. We should go to the tavern.
Then he looks over his shoulder and half-heartedly says, "Why? There's water right there."
So you're gonna take the man for a drink?
Yeah.
Let's get a... And I'll let somebody aid Ssah'ra if anybody else wants to jump in. Ssah'ra, you can make a persuasion check at advantage to persuade this man that he needs to cool off and go get a drink.
Go ahead and take a percentage.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a persuasion?
Persuasion.
That's going to be a 9.
A 9. He tells you that in good conscience he could not drink amongst such characters of ill repute, but that he will return to his lord's side and redouble his efforts at a more meaningful time.
If you don't want to drink, there's always a brothel.
That's just an open insult to him. He just recoils from the suggestion that he would even go to such a place.
Nerium is over, like,
You're
crying. Is crying into Sahn's arms. She's like, the Melvin Ponce nobles are so stupid.
Do any of you stop the man from leaving?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Then Nazirr will only say, then send the Lady Penelope my regards.
He looks to Nazirr. He says, "I think I will not, sir." And then he's on his way.
Boy, he was an asshole.
It's his head.
Indeed.
When she learns about that.
I was really hoping he'd go get a drink in the tavern.
I'm sorry, Nazirr. It's not easy being green.
Let's do... Does anybody have like a morning action they want to?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
How
go ahead
long
and...
are we going to be in the Cognos? We have to get back on the ship like tonight, right?
We have to do our Atma, don't we?
That's like a month from now.
Yeah, that's when you get back out at sea. That's when we have the new artifact
I
coming.
thought that was happening when we finished
No.
this, like, immediately. Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
No, it's
We have-
late autumn. You have to wait until it changes to winter.
We have
I
some
see, I
time
got it.
before we have to be back on the ship.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap up the present storyline in the Cognos before we go a-sailing again.
So we have just a general day or so?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I want to resolve... If anybody has any daytime actions that they want to... Like downtime kind of stuff that they want to resolve,
Yeah,
or
can I
things they
keep-
want to do.
Can I commune and also... Oh, I can't commune, actually.
Everybody can roll the d4 for the long rest you just took. Well, you
Yeah,
can't because you're not...
I'm not attuned, yeah.
You're on a tune.
Can I keep working on that painting? Or not painting, the artwork that I'm working on.
I'll give you 4 hours of credit for it if you want to spend part of the day today.
Neat. Gotta
I have
commune.
to roll for it.
So we have a commune for Katniss.
Yep.
We have a commune for Mug Duck.
Let's do
No, for Jane.
Katniss. Let's do Katniss first.
So the last thing I asked her was if she could identify the creature that slew her.
Yes. And she said she
And-
could not. She was compelled magically not to.
Mm-hmm. Where do we find the choker? Does anybody remember? I don't remember.
We found it here in the Cupnos.
Right. It was,
yeah, Sweetie Bird
Sweetie-
gave it to
Sweetie
us.
Bird had it. Yeah.
Sweetie Bird had it. Yeah. Yeah. Is she aware of any upcoming magical calamities?
That's a hell of a
Actually-
question.
No. So let's do that. Let's do this instead. The leader, one of the Council of Cats, is a Rakshasa, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask her if she has any information on Rakshasas.
Yes. Rakshasas are minor fiends. And they have a very mercantile bent, which fits with what you know of
El Bosco.
El Vosco.
McDohl in here with the names, doing his homework.
This stuff is all sticking in my head because I love this place.
So the salient information is that Elvosco is not a mortal creature. He is a fiend of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Rakshasa is a lower planar fiend.
Okay.
And we got one for Mugduk.
Mugduck.
What are we asking Mugduk?
We don't have any idea of where the seed is sailing next, do we?
No, you do not.
All right then. Mugduck's been through this. Been through the Covenants a couple of times. Actually, wait. Because I just used the Investiture of Stone just now.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago. What, is it possible to extend this the ability to pass through stone to others? That's my question to Mugduck.
The answer is simple and curt: no.
Okay.
Mugduck is not the type to explain himself.
Fair enough.
And that was my 2 communes. And then what did we want to do as far as an afternoon actions? Benny is going to spend 4 hours working on his artwork. Anybody else have anything you want to resolve or accomplish?
I rolled a modest lifestyle for the week. I don't know what that translates for 4 hours.
Call it modest lifestyle for 1 day.
Okay.
So take the week and divide it by 7.
Yeah, what is modest?
So this came up last time, but I went and searched for some magic items. There was that arrow of slaying.
Mm-hmm.
It was obscenely expensive. The party we're just gonna skip out on that, right? Like I think it was like 5,000 gold, which we don't have
something
anymore.
stupid.
Unless we go steal it or something.
Well, that was no longer available. That was on the table, but
Oh, I thought it was off the table when we left the Covenants. Gotcha.
Oh, if that's what I said, then I'll stick to that.
So, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it matters. That was a little too rich, anyway.
Over the course of the afternoon,
Nazirr,
what you got?
Nazirr was going to go get piercings in his ears.
Okay. We'll say that costs 10 gold.
Okay.
To get holes punched in your face. Over the course of the afternoon, 2 of the counselors reach out to you. People, Merling Sam's people.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't identify themselves as such, but they could only be Sweetie Bird's people. You only have time to meet with one of them before you're going to ship out to hear what they have to say. I will allow the group to nominate someone to make an insight check to try to figure out what Sam's is about beforehand. Sweetie Bird would be impossible to tell. She's too aloof and unreadable.
I have a bonus. I have a +4 bonus. So
That's higher than mine. I got a +3.
I only have a 1.
can I take a?
Oh, that. I have a question.
Yep.
Could I take?
How do I remove the wisdom drain?
Oh, that cleared at the end of your long rest.
Okay.
Can I take a guidance on that?
You can apply guidance to this if somebody gives it to you.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I can give it to myself.
Okay, well, guide yourself then. Whenever somebody casts guidance on themselves, I picture that South Park episode where the man opens his little nipple windows and then starts rubbing himself. That's what I imagine.
Yeah.
That's what guiding yourself means.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that fucking 1 though. I'm gonna take 4 blips for an auto success.
Okay. That's all your blips.
Yep, that's all of them. I burned them all.
So, neither of these messengers, these people who contact your group, tell you what the meeting is about. They both requested the presence of all 5 of you. Sam, you imagine, wants to know the meaning of this head in a box that he received. That's got to be what, because you guys just spoke and hashed a bunch of stuff out with Sam, like yesterday. There was no other development except Nerium sending him a head.
Nazirr glares at Nerium but says nothing.
I gave him a letter explaining everything.
Apparently, the letter was not enough of an explanation. So you can either go to Sam and answer for this head in a box, or you can go find out as a group what Sweetie Bird wants.
Sweetie Bird sounds more interesting.
Sweetie Bird sounds more neutral in this. Like that has its own merit.
Yeah, like what's going to happen is we're going to get our ass chewed. Do we take the ass chewing now, or do we take the ass chewing much harsher later?
You won't have time to meet with Sam again, but I'll let you send him a message explaining yourselves if you want.
Oh, Nerium can send that message.
Or you can just ghost him, whatever. Either way. But who would you like to meet with is the first question we need to answer.
I would say
Sweetie Bird.
So I vote Sweetie Bird.
Okay. So you'll all find yourself back in Sweetie Bird's domicile in the pillow rooms of the Leaky Ladle, in her opulent quarters, where she and Benny shared a wonderful moment.
We don't need to go into that.
Benny will kiss her hand.
She doesn't offer it.
Well, if she offers it.
She's being attended by 2 of her handmaidens, who she sends away as the 5 of you come in. Did you guys bring Ronald with you?
Probably not.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Unless Ronald...
Yeah, they're ready to.
We don't have a Skokin, so no.
Yeah.
You are hard people to get a hold of. I sent word to find you yesterday, and you were nowhere to be found.
We were busy.
Busy doing what, I wonder?
Sleeping.
Oh, I think
You don't
not.
get nearly enough sleep.
My dear, if you're going to lie to me, you're going to have to do better than that. If you were sleeping, I would have found you.
We were working on a project for...
Yeah,
We were working on a project for Merling Sam.
Oh.
that's what I was going to say.
I suppose, in fairness, if I'm going to offer advice to the yuan-ti, I could offer some to the orc as well. You know what they say, my friend. Loose lips. And she holds her finger up to her mouth.
Sink ships.
I care not for your business with Merling Sam. I care much more about your business with Trastyova.
Benny looks around and says, "What business might that be?"
Did I miss a memo?
He genuinely doesn't know.
The Golden Claw is not a likable man.
No.
However, and I find with adventuring types such as yourselves, it is always better to speak bluntly. You may have noticed the Council of Cats stands in peril.
Indeed.
Do tell, she asks Nazirr. She wants to see if you know what she's talking about already.
Council of Cats sees to lose some measure of its power because of the introduction of foreign interlopers. Let's call them that for now, I suppose.
Very good. Schmidt Soft Iron and Merling Sam sit on the council. They say they no longer hold Southling interests, and yet this Southling man sails from far, far away to marry dear Penelope. And now, to my eyes, it sees that 3 cats and 3 Southlings sit the council, and the balance is very precarious.
Wasn't Trustiova funding that Southling that came here?
Trustiova? No, that was Sam brought him up, remember?
I think she's referring to the. He's referring to the rumors.
The Nerium's
No, Ssah'ra says that too.
So you're okay. You're saying you're connecting with the rumors.
Yeah, Ssah'ra asks the cat lady.
She swats her hand in the air. Says, "I listen to rumors, but I dismiss the ones that don't make sense. Trustiova would never bring a Southling here.
Seems like if he wanted to take over the council, that'd be a good way to put him in a position to do so.
I have surreptitiously. I am offering a small bounty for the origin of those rumors. Any information you have," she's looking directly at Ssah'ra, "would be much appreciated and compensated."
Ssah'ra genuinely does not know. I'll keep an eye out, but it sounds like something that might actually be real in this case.
Violent and disagreeable as though he is, Trustiova must now become my ally, at least until the grotto is dealt with. If Southlings take the Kovnos, the winds all shift. This bodes well for no one, not even the deceit, despite what... She says this with some frustration. Despite what tenacity might think, you do need us here.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Kovnos that is under the heel of Southling interests benefits none of us.
Just sounds disgusting.
She motions towards Benny and Nerium. It occurs to me there is a overwhelming number of Southlings amongst your own number. Would you tell me as well that you have no remaining Southling interests, the way that Soft Iron and Sam have said?
Benny will smile and he'll look at the orc at his side and he'll say, "My interests have converged over the years. What I need is right here."
Nerium shrugs and says, "I'm not from the south."
You are an elf.
Ssah'ra makes a sharp hissing inhale at that.
I mean,
Nerium gives you like a side eye, like, did you not like? And she points at the ears, like, what?
Hello.
I'm working under the assumption that a Tabashi can't tell an elf from an eladrin and probably doesn't much care.
Right. She says, I'm from the Feywilds. Originally, she looks up. She says, "I came to this plane about," and she starts like counting on her fingers. 65, 70 years ago.
I was a young woman then.
Yeah, then she starts like going into like some like tangent.
She
about
interrupts
how-
the tangent.
Yeah.
I hope then you can forgive the mild accusation.
She just shrugs. She just says Donata and Sylvan.
If any of you or anyone aboard the Deceits have any machinations in play against Trustiova, you must recall them, she says.
I mean, if any machinations we can put into play while we're at sea for months on end can dethrone Trustiova, he probably doesn't deserve his spot, and is not going to make a very good ally for you.
Why do you say that?
She just has a long-winded saying of, "We don't frankly give a damn. This is all." Ssah'ra just kind of brushes her hand in the air as if like none of this matters.
And
Speak for yourself, Snake Woman. He's made attempts on our life more than once.
And we haven't
think
outright
three?
killed him yet.
I think it's 3.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
2 or 3.
He's made multiple attempts on our lives.
Clearly, if we wanted him dead, we would have already attacked him.
What Nerium is basically saying with her statement is that essentially that, you know, like if anything we can do would like when we're not here for months at the time can destabilize a seat of power in the Kovnos, he's not a very good ally to have, and she should probably consider that.
she thinks about that for a moment.
And aligning with him.
Speaks more to us than him, I think.
I apologize. I thought you knew tenacity better than this, serving under her as you have. I believe you underestimate her. I believe you woefully underestimate her.
So you think tenacity is trying to destabilize him?
She says, I have spent too many days attempting to speak for or against tenacity. What I am telling you here is that you must pull your own efforts away from Trastioka. Like him or not, he's been made into an ally. There is no other option. Southlings or cats. Plant your flag.
I mean, isn't one of them a fiend? Is that a fiend?
Are you
Sorry,
saying that out loud to her?
No, that was my character. That was me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Elvos goes a Rakshasa, which Nerium just learned is a fiend.
Yeah.
Sweetie Bird's a Tabashi, and then Trastiova is a Leonin.
Yeah.
With a brilliant gold mane, which I spelled wrong last year when I wrote this note.
M-A-I-N?
Oh my god, that's been there for months and months and months. Oh, it's dirty.
It's like Handax all over again.
Oh, forgot all about Handax.
He's the golden mane. He's like the Brick's main fighter in the Flumph fighting game. I mean, Nerium will say truthfully that she has no current machinations in progress against the Golden Claw. So she shrugs.
She nods.
I mean, as long as he does it, but if he tries to kill us again, well, you know, no promises after that.
Whatever profit the deceit believes exists in Southling presence in the Kovnos, I assure you it does not. If you take this message back, it will fall on deaf ears. And yet I am compelled to say something, and so I have. You are warned. Anything else you want to say to Sweetie Bird?
Not really.
Okay. As you go to leave. Oh, one more thing. What was that altercation by the boarding house this morning?
Some dumbass southern boy thought honor existed here.
Neri puts her hands in her heads in her hands. She says, "Melvin Potts nobles are so stupid." It's like she's like half weeping.
One of them. God, his name fucking vanished again.
Legrado.
Look, one of Legrado's men thought to reclaim some honor and accusing Trastiova of setting fire or an explosion to his ship.
And how much gold was offered for the knight's death?
Only 200.
200 gold. A fair bounty. I wonder why you stepped in and saved that man.
Because 200 gold is only a fair bounty if it gets paid out. We both know that anyone who pushed that man out of the water would have been hung.
Is it a question of gold, then?
Everything's a question of gold when you're building an empire.
2,000 gold. Is that enough to push him into the water?
Ssah'ra glances at the other people in the party.
Don't look at them. Do they speak for you? Do you need Tenacity's permission?
Apparently
technically-
the snake woman speaks for the lot of us.
Benny will look at Ssah'ra and say, "It's your neck."
The Southling retainer who upsets the balance on the council, marked to die, and you step in to save him for a question of gold.
And then you offer me gold to push him in and get myself hung. That seems like a stupid offer.
Very well. She thanks you for taking the time to meet with her. Any other business with Sweetbird?
Nerium's gonna turn and say one thing before we leave,
Sure.
and she's gonna basically advise that Sweetie Bird doesn't jump at shadows, and then going to leave.
Okay. Yeah, Sweetbird doesn't even respond to that ignorant comment.
Ignorant comment. 'Cause
Ignorant
that's exactly
comment.
That's what she's doing. Well, that went well.
No, it didn't.
What?
She was much more pleasant last time.
Nazirr stares at Benedict.
No, I mean, in general. Oh, well, maybe I did do something then. He shrugs.
You guys had the opportunity to weaken the Southling incursion in the Covenants and did not take it. Any other business in the Covenants as a whole?
Is it possible to? Where's Nisbeth? She's still on the ship?
She's still on the ship. We haven't dealt with her yet.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That was going to be my last thing on the agenda for today. Because I know we have to wrap up a little early today. Because one of you is... I don't know what you're doing. I guess you're going to
Disneyland.
drive go-karts or something. Who knows?
Going to the moon, actually.
Going to the moon.
Do we want to try and speak with, at least try to meet with Penelope before we leave? Or
That's
would
not
that
going to be. That's not going to be possible. They're not going to
That's
allow
not
anybody.
going to.
Their ship was just attacked yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're not going to allow a bunch of pirates on the ship now.
Gotcha. Just one pirate.
When you arrive back to the ship, to the deceit,
Nazirr can send an animal messenger to Penelope to say, tread lightly.
what kind of animal messenger do you send?
Seagull?
A seagull?
Yeah.
As the seagull approaches the silver fin, one of the men aboard shoots it down.
Well, that's rude.
Man, they must just attack every animal. It's a fish, get it!
Arriving back at the deceit. Last thing for today. Nisbeth is arguing with tenacity on the deck of the ship. And as you guys are arriving, you don't know what the argument is about. They're just kind of shouting at each other. But they both shoot you this look. Like, you're the one who caused this argument because you brought her aboard the ship. Like, this is your mess and now you have to fix it. The argument is this. Nisbeth is demanding to be put ashore. Tenacity is demanding she stay here. Tenacity sees what a useful political chip she might be. Thinks Nisbeth is more valuable as a prisoner of the deceit for the time being. Having Penelope Ogden's girlfriend in fetters gives her some leverage to do, she's not sure what yet. So Nisbeth wants you to step in and put her ashore where she's going to be in great danger. Tenacity wants to take her wants you to take her down and put her in irons.
Can we like do a little of both? Like she could stay, but we don't have to shackle her up.
Well, she'll just try to leave then.
Yeah.
Tenacity's not going to let that happen.
That's fair.
So, I think, unless somebody has a thing, I'm going to kind of like summarize the discussion I had with everybody about like Nerium's like feelings on like Nisbeth and her frankly unreasonable behavior.
All right, well, that was in a Discord message. You need to
summarize that quickly because it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that was
basically, it basically boils down to LOL skill issue.
Okay.
Because we provided Penelope help, not Nisbeth, and then because they needed support like for the immediate and going to happen any day murder of Penelope, and that was provided, and Nisbeth is the one who wasn't able to adapt to the status quo.
Let's put it this way. So I want to get this wrapped up in another minute or two. If you put Nisbeth ashore, there's no way to protect her from the forces that are rallying against her out there. Legrato, if he gets his hands on her, she's probably dead. And because she is useful as a political chip, she might get snapped up by one of the other counselors, and then who knows what they'll do with her. So putting her ashore is bad for her for that reason. The other option is keeping her in the brig while you guys sail off. At that, she'll spend months in the brig with bread and water, and when you come back to the Kovnos, Tenacity will re-examine the position of everything and then make a decision about whether she can be used for profit. So is Sahn going to abstain on this?
No, Sahn actually has an opinion.
What's Sahnn's opinion?
He finds himself surprised and stating that she probably shouldn't be chained up, and then realizing that the cloak is taking hold of him.
So Sahn is voting for put her ashore?
Yeah.
Okay. So putting her ashore, she's probably dead, but she dies on her own terms. Yep. Keeping her in fetters probably preserves her life, but she's a prisoner.
So, better a prisoner than dead.
Do we have any other votes for ashore?
No.
So we've got all the other votes are for prisoner?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He agrees with Tenacity here.
Nisbeth, I mean, she already didn't like you guys that much, considering what you did. But, I mean, just betrayal and loathing.
Can I try and explain the reasoning?
Not right now, but there might come a day later when she'll be in a more reasonable frame of mind. But right now, she's just shooting daggers at everybody. Which of the two of you are going to take her downstairs and put her in the brig?
Benny will.
Does she care about? Does Tenacity care about using magic to keep her?
There's no.
I got 3 shots a whole. I got 2 shots a whole person right now.
Wouldn't be necessary. We just need to drag her down there and put her in irons.
I mean, Ssah'ra can go if they need someone strong.
Okay, so Ssah'ra and Benny take her by the arms.
And Ssah'ra's apologizing the whole time.
So Ssah'ra are feigning apology or apologizing sincerely?
No, she's sincerely apologizing. Like, I'm sorry it has to be this way, but ultimately this is for your own good because you'd rather not see you die right now.
All right.
We know that your true love is out there, and one day you will be reunited, just like Benny and Nazirr.
Yeah, Benny is going to say the same thing. Like, this is the only way that we know you won't be murdered, and that Penelope won't
be used against Penelope.
Strung up.
And also, if you get murdered, Penelope's going to be really sad and upset, and we don't want to see her damaged that way.
Everybody can have 483 experience points for the spider.
How much for the?
Oh god,
pins?
did I get rid of an eighth of that?
Did what?
Did I remove an eighth of the EXP?
No, I gave you full EXP
Okay.
for the spider. It just... You technically still only killed one... I basically just divided its hit points in half. But I gave each of it the thing's full complement of attacks, which involved, like, the spell stealing and the poison, which nobody...
You said 480?
Yes, 483. No experience points for executing a non-combatant.
The knowledge that he won't be there next time is all we need.
Let's do Ssah'ra's blips first, because I think
Some merit.
Chris is the one who's got to step away to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do your blips first.
All right. Alignment. We're gonna take the chains. Or sorry, we're gonna take mine. By any means necessary. That would be telling Nerium to make a ladder and then digging Benny out of the wall
Okay.
at the potential cost of exhaustion. Ideal. The NT Empire must rise from the ashes. That would be reluctantly paying back the IOU to keep the party happy, since they're helping her build the empire.
I'm not going
Oh, she
to
wa-
award you for
she
something you
wanted
did
to-
under protest.
She wanted to keep the money to go towards the empire, though.
If that were your flaw, I'd let you claim it, but it's your ideal. I can't award you an ideal blip for something done under protest.
Fine, and then I'll take the ideal for at least listening to the potential 2,000 gold to build the empire for killing the Southling.
Yeah, that sounds more reasonable to me.
And then she realized that, oh yeah, she'd be home too.
Possibly.
And then flaws, I'm going to take the chains. Everyone is guilty of something. And that would be for executing the painter for trying to kill us with the spider.
Oh, he was definitely guilty of something. Every creature you fought in that grease trap was his. Which, I mean, now that there's no more creature guy, like, it's kind of a boring grease trap. That's not good for anybody. Let me ask this. Are we going to award Ssah'ra any blips for creative, assist, badass, or intangibles this week? That way we can get... In case he has to step away immediately.
I wrote down Ssah'ra for intangibles that it's better to resent than resemble.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's my one line for the campaign. Thank you.
One-liner,
Microp.
yeah, when you get a one-liner that turns everyone's heads, you get a blip for that.
Okay, so you had 0 blips and you just earned 4.
I'll be keeping all 4.
Okay, so you can be dismissed if you like. Thanks
Enjoy
very
the moon.
much. Who wants
Take care.
to... Yeah, enjoy the moon. It's not actually made out of cheese. You'll just break your teeth.
Apparently it stinks.
And make
Yeah,
sure
I heard
you
that.
turn the autopilot off or you'll just crash into it and die.
No, that's just the sun. You only have to worry about the sun.
No, you definitely have to worry about the moon.
Okay, yeah, I could think of a situation.
If we've learned anything from the last few landers, you definitely have to worry about it.
But
You do have to
if
worry.
you hit the comet just right, you go through it.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
Who wants to make a case for some more blips?
I can go.
Benny, what you got?
Alignment, Jenny's chaotic neutral. It's funnier if you do it my way, so before I lost the boots.
Mhm.
Benny hid, pretending that Ssah'ra dug into the wrong room.
Okay.
Ideal, everyone was redeemable for Benny trying to make amends, promising to resurrect the figure in the room somehow, even though he did just sever its head. And make
So in this case, Benny's
exponentially
deciding
worse.
that he's the one who is redeemable.
No, he's going to try and make it up to this. Well, okay, maybe that works too.
Since you guys gave away the head, but his story was just that he found that potion that says warning, do not drink, protection from death, and now he's can't die.
Ooh, that might make Race Dead a little difficult, huh?
Yeah.
Flaw, do it for him. Benny pounding on the walls to orient him, Nazirr to try and find his way out.
Okay. And then Nazirr went the wrong direction and fell into a crocodile bath.
He eventually found
Yeah.
me.
Good.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
I
I'll
can
go.
go.
I heard like everybody. I think I heard Nazirr first. We'll say Nazirr.
I have neutral evil. Everything is expendable if Benedict is in danger, just for all of the shenanigans, and then getting punted by a crocodile man trying to chase him down.
I think Nazirr might be able to take one of those guys toe to toe. They're pretty beefy, but Nazir's got a lot of tricks, so who knows?
I have Mugduck's ideal break, no break, for yelling at this for yelling at this man. It was like, look, dude, we're doing this for your own good. He's just, Trestiova's just going to eat your face. Like, he's literally the leopard that eats your face party.
You voted for the
leopards eat my face.
the leopard that eat your face pirate.
The lion who eats your face.
Yeah, he is literally the leopard that eats your face's party.
Anything else?
Actually, Nazirr has a new flaw. Everything would just be so much better if they listened to me. Just everything would just be so much better if they just listened to me.
Okay, I won't let you claim that this week because you're changing
No.
it, but you can start claiming it next week.
Yeah.
All right, I heard Sahn in there too, I think, who wanted to talk about some blips.
All right, so I've got the cloak's alignment, always act in the face of oppression for voting that Nisbets should be put ashore.
So you can't actually earn any more AP for the cloak, but you can still claim it if you want.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I've got, I know, I don't have to track AP anymore, it's nice. And then I have the flaw, individuals, expendables, only the whole must survive for not acting to save the night in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
That's it.
He's got the little Final Fantasy V mastery stars over his head with the cloak.
Nerium doesn't want any blips, right?
Yeah, I would like some. Neutral evil, everything is for my own amusement. Just my general behavior.
You gotta claim it for something.
Well, specifically,
Literally everything.
sending the I gotta get rid of these hands. I know, I'll send them to.
I already had the encounter with the knight. That was already planned, and you just made it worse.
What color were the gelatin hands? Were they gold by chance?
No, they were flesh colored.
Yeah, that's close enough.
They're flesh. They look like flesh. I'm gonna take Katniss's ideal. The truth is what is that which I can convince thee of.
Yes.
For loudly proclaiming that, basically betting Ssah'ra that anybody that does push him into the water is going to then immediately be executed, so they don't have to pay the 200 gold.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my flaw, there's no situation you could not get out of without a bigger lie, for just being the worst thing that has ever happened to the Kovnos. Because I have... Okay, so that this was my character's goal. She came in here and she wanted to kick things and make things happen in the Kovnos. Just shake the political trees and see what falls out. But
that was a load-bearing tree, and everything is falling out.
Yes, now. That's exactly. Nerium is probably unimpressed. She's like, I have barely done anything, and this entire like political structure is falling apart. What are these people even doing?
They're pirates. It's a pirate government.
Yeah, I know, but like,
it's a house of cards on the best of days.
Yes, I know. I know that. I know that. Nerium is surprised.
Surprised Pikachu face.
Who had the most creative solution to a problem this session?
I wrote down. I'm just gonna list the ones I wrote down. Nerium sending out bizarre parcels that might actually help, sort of.
No. They didn't help.
They didn't.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Me, the player, I felt bad about the head, like leaving it in the dungeon. So I figured sending it to a cleric, a powerful cleric, to be destroyed, undead, right?
I
Whatever.
actually liked that idea. Yeah.
Like that was the thinking, and that's what I wrote in the note. Essentially.
Yeah.
Apparently that.
So who's gonna get it?
I give creative to Nerium. You can argue whatever you want.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. It's fine.
You want to give that to Nerium?
Yeah.
I want to give it to McDohl for using the item crash to get out of.
I have that for badass, actually.
Okay.
So
that's dangerous.
Who did the most to further the party's goals this week?
I'm gonna argue that Benny did because he figured out how to get out of the dungeon cell.
Okay.
So Raz figured that out 4 hours after the session ended. I was like, I know where we are, and I told everybody this. So
He did. He did.
Okay, I believe it.
I figured it out.
He did figure it out.
So
Benny
for the party's goals.
Are we good with Benny having it?
Yeah.
And then Nazirr badass for falling into a crocodile bath.
I mean, when you put it that way, but like what he did was very dangerous.
The whole point of these guardians is they don't attack you unless you're openly hostile or unless you approach the thing that they're guarding. And like, Nazirr didn't mean to, but
Yeah, intent is what 2/10.
I mean, if you've seen Beau is Afraid, you know how terrifying it is for a man to just fall into your bath. Oh, I'm the only one who's watched that movie. Fine, it was weird.
Sorry.
Very weird. Recommended. Nazirr, I've got you down for 3 blips. You had 0. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 blips. You had 0, so you're coming in next week with 3.
Yep.
Sahn had 4 and earned 2, so you can come in with 6. Benny
What are they worth right now?
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm level 8.
466.
Yeah, 6.
So, Benny, you had 1 and earned 4, so you can come in with 5. Nerium, you had 6 and earned 4, so you're rolling those over. And then Ssah'ra had 4. No, Ssah'ra had 0 and earned 4. I've already credited you. Okay, so we're done.
Yeah.
That's everything. When we come back next week, we will be heading off on a new adventure for, at the beginning of the campaign, each of you selected, kind of designed your own artifact that you're going to hunt. So we're going to head off and do that. Yes. So we've got 5 adventures about the artifacts that you gave me at the beginning of the adventure, plus the stud that you have. So that's 6. Then there's 2 more artifacts after that. So when you think about it, we're almost done with the campaign.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. This last artifact took a long time.
Thanks for playing, guys. We'll see everybody next Sunday.